of America. And first and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh,
Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem HaKadosh.
We'd also like to give a double honor to our apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone that do rule well, and the sincere Akim scattered throughout the four winds of the earth that's out there prophesying and laboring in this truth. Unto you we say shalom. Out here another day, and it's being more evident and evident every day, every week, every month that this world, this current world, needs new rulership, okay? Because the current rulership under the so-called white man, who the word ignorantly calls white, whose biblical nationality goes back to the tribe of Esau, Edom, they're destroying the world and everything in it, including the people. Again, the nation of Edom. They're destroying the world, along with the heathens, all right? But the main people that the people that we're warning and telling to wake up out of this deep sleep, out of this deep trance, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay? We're here to tell you to come back to the Heavenly Father and His Son, whose name is Yahweh, in the name of His Son, Yahweh Shai, to your true heritage, okay? Because this devil is going to, this devil, he's going down, and he clearly knows that he's going down, all right? But he's going to take you down with him, all right? And we're telling you, to come out of that burning building, to come off that ship before it sinks. All right, and that ship that's sinking in that burning building is America, it's Babylon. Come out of the burning building before you get engulfed in the flames. And this place is going down in flames. You go with bro.
This is Proverbs 29:2.
Yep.
When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice.
When the righteous, okay, when you're in a society, a government that's run by the righteous law, statutes, and commandments of the scriptures, the people are going to rejoice. Nature is going to rejoice. Okay, the animals are going to rejoice. Everything is going to be in its proper order. But when you under the rulership of this devil, everything is all out of order. Everything is turned upside down. You go finish your book.
But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
And everyone's in a mournful state. Okay, everyone is in a mournful mind state. Whether their spirit is mourning, they're literally mourning. Everyone's mourning, okay? Well, what type? It's no type of way to live. Or how, the nigga think that just because you got niggas trying to live through the weekend, just because you can get a fifth of Hennessy and a dub or some weed or something, you good. Or just even the higher up jakes, man. They think they got a little bit of money. They think they safe. They think they in a comfort. We still under the curses. We'll never have comfort. You'll never have a complete peace of mind until this devil is taken out, till we are in our kingdom, all right, under the righteous rulership of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai.
That's why I say the creature waited for the manifestation of the Son. You got it? Yeah,
Go ahead, read that. This is Romans 8:19. This is Romans 8:19, and it reads this. It says, "For the earnest expectation of the creatures waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of Yahweh."
Right.
For the creatures was made subject to vanity, not willingly, but reason of who had a subject, the subject the same in hope. Because the creature itself also, right, shall be delivered from the bondage of corruption into the glorious liberty of the children of Yahweh.
Everything is mourning. They say the creature, the animals are mourning. All right, hell, the air is mourning. The air is not clear. We don't have clear air. We don't have clean water. We can't even grow. We can't even grow or natural fruit or natural vegetables because the soil is tainted.
Why is there a separation of types of vegetables? There's a regular vegetable, then there's an organic.
Right.
Why is that even a possibility? How come it just can't be natural?
All organic. Right.
What's the problem? And that's an accepted thing that this man has done. Just like they're pushing it to a point where it'll be accepted for GMO.
Yeah, like that brother's a car. Didn't lie about that.
Yeah,
like that brother's a car from LA. He was like, hey, we're eating GMOs. He was like, genetically modified organisms. He said, what kind of fucking organism are we eating, man?
Right.
But it's real. It ain't natural now. We see that they've been pushing to put the shots, the juice, right? Why are they putting in vegetables and not in candy and shit like that? Because they don't want you to get your nutrients that way. They want to control your nutrients.
Yeah.
They want it to be fake.
Yeah.
And I hate to use the correlation, but you see how they're taking these the marijuana dispensaries, and it's all lab grown, and it's perfectly, and no seeds, and this type of high with it, and how they're doing the medication that precise. They're doing your vegetables that precise as well.
Right.
The foods, chemicals. Yep.
Fine, this it's a topic called bliss points. Basically, in all these different foods, you have a percentage of salt, sweet, and like umami flavor that they add within these foods to create a perfect chemical composition to where you continuously crave it, even though it offers no nutritional value.
Right.
That crave is exactly the point I was going to hit. So now, when your EBT is cut off, and you in that chemical addiction that you have, what are you going to do? You're going to do whatever it takes, including take the MARK, the carotid.
Yeah.
Okay, you do whatever it takes to take another jab. You do whatever it takes to get that endorphin that hit again. Okay, it's literally a hit, right?
I got something that goes with Brother read in Romans, the 8th chapter. It talks about the earnest expectation of the redemption. Because right now, all the Lord's creation in the earth is groaning. It's basically everything is suffering under this man's management, right? So this is what we're longing for. This is 2nd Ezra 4, and I'm gonna start at the 26th verse. This is Ezra conversing with the angel. It says, "Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities." So that's why the earth and all the Lord's creation is groaning.
Yeah.
Because it's full of unrighteousness and infirmities. Everybody's overweight, everybody's sickly. You know, it's all types of disease and sickness in the earth. And it's all because of the food. He destroyed the food supply. You know, he's contaminated and polluted, you know, air spaces that pretty much gotta rain down on your vegetation. He's been destroying everything. And then the brothers is mentioning about GMOs, genetically modified organisms. So all this food is really to cause infirmities, to keep you sick. And then he gets you on the opposite end with his pharmaceuticals. So it's all by design, man. The FDA, Food and Drug Administration, because they controlling both sides, man.
What's the one in Atlanta? CDC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know it's bad when you got suicidal animals, man. You got different sea creatures that beach themselves. You got birds that intentionally fly out the air and you know dive into the ground. It's to where this man didn't like the brothers are speaking on the GMOs. They didn't alter the seeds to where certain fruits and vegetables, mostly fruits, that when they produce seeds. That's the natural way of fruit. They made it to where these fruits grow without producing seeds. You can't take the seeds out of these fruits and replant them, man.
Right. Like called Terminator seeds, where you know you got to go to this devil has cornered everything in the world. He's cornered where he controls the food, he controls the water supply, the basic necessities of life. This man is controlled because he thinks he's the Most High. All right, he has a godlike complex. Okay, the brothers are getting into how everything that Most High created that was natural, organic for us to have, he's destroyed. Okay, and the only one that he's not going to destroy is the elect. Okay, there's 7,000 that can't be 7,000 that did not bow the knee to Baal. Okay, those that can't be plucked out of the Heavenly Father's hand. That's who we out here for. That's who we prophesying to. Our people of the elect. We ain't out here prophesying and telling heathens, Edomites, Moabites that you can partake in the kingdom of heaven, because they not complaining. When's the last time a Moabite said, "Man, I hate it here," or "Man, this air, you know, this corrupt government"?
It ain't the same.
No, it ain't. No, it's not. It's not. And even our people not even complaining, because the mind state of Jake is long as I'm comfortable, I'm good. You know, long as this devil got his foot on my neck, not too tight, I'm straight.
Can I throw a quick
Go
one
ahead.
out there? From Jeremiah, the second chapter, about being a homeborn slave, while he's spoiled. Jacob's happy with the crumbs. No, not realizing the whole cake and the table is yours. You know, the cake and the house is yours. This is your earth, and you don't get any of the benefits. It's curse. It's a curse, baby. Deuteronomy 28 chapter. You don't. Matter of fact, I think that goes with what I had. Oh, Monday. Matter of fact, could you just read that? No, up to like 50. You start 4.
Yep.
Okay, this is 2nd Ezra 6 and 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
The beautiful thing about the Bible that isn't automatically just told to everybody that picks it up and reads it is this is tracking the sons of God through the righteous lineage. Okay, it's not tracking necessarily all the Adamites that were there. It tells you who else was there, but this is specifically from that righteous lineage because they would make up the elect as well. So this is just written specifically for the elect, basically.
It
right?
always says Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Right.
That was a righteous line. It you know, it stayed like that. Because we know Abraham had multiple sons. You know, when it says in what is it, Genesis 17, when Most High made a covenant with Abraham, he said to your seed, but it was specifically talking about to the righteous seed line. Because in I think it's 2nd Ezra 3 where it says Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, and put by Esau.
Yep.
You know, so it also says that what is that? Galatians 4 when they talk about the bondwoman and the bond the free woman.
Yeah, you have the son of the promise, who the line comes from Isaac, versus that other child. Speaking of Ishmael, is the brother that's talking about.
It's like I don't want to get off.
No. But that it goes from what you said.
Yeah.
That we're not out there trying to wake up everybody else because they're in the same positions. And if you one side note, I'm yet to see an Israelite foreigner, and I say that for the Israelites that are scattered amongst the heathen that may even look like the heathen. We're not big to them. The ones that come in the great millstone, it's the spirit that leads them here.
Right.
All right, you got it out.
It says, continuing, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Your chosen people, Israel, as well as the elected. Oh, go ahead.
All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
So when you track the Bible and what it's set up for, it's set up that we do go through this cursed captivity, but it's also set up for us to learn through experience, okay, how to become those sons of God when we were always set up to be the householders, so to speak, of the world. Okay, those that come and host the world for the rest of the heathen, but they, of course, they serve us. When I say host, I mean it's our house, and you know. Right. But it's set up for them to keep the operation going. But we have to teach them how to make that happen. That's what the Bible's generally talking about. Okay, and then sifting and finding those elect out of it. Okay, go ahead.
As for the other people which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle.
Yep. That's also found in Isaiah 40 chapter.
And hast likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing have begun to be lords over us and to devour us.
Yep.
But we, thy people, whom thou hast called, thy firstborn, thy only begotten and fervent lover, are given into their hands.
Yeah, because we're supposed to be in, when we said, brothers read the precepts about the earnest, the groaning of the spirit, for the earnest expectation, right, of the creature, meaning the elect creature, not just, but everybody on the earth is just mourning for the sons of God to be in righteous position. Okay, Okay, everybody but E. And then all of you that are brainwashed by E, thinking the sinful, wicked, darkness way is the right way.
Even the wicked heart people are born in a way, but they don't.
They don't think about.
They're not thinking about a solution as far as the big picture,
Right.
like the taking down of a rulership, of I won't say rebirth,
Yeah.
but the birth of a righteous rulership forever.
Right.
They're just thinking like, damn, if we could just,
If I can get that overtime.
yeah, if I could just get through, I can get to next week.
Yeah.
If I could just make it to the end of the year, if I could just make it
My
to tax
team could
season.
win the Super
Right.
Bowl this year.
Niggas is, niggas think minute, man. Niggas
Yeah.
thoughts is not. Jake has the inability to critically think and understand, like, okay, damn, why are we in this position? Not just me, but as a nation. Why are our people suffering? Why are the police always shooting us and fucking with us? Jake don't got the, they not. Jake just think, oh, we blame it on the white man. But why do you blame it on the white man? Who is the white man?
Right, and what can he do? And what can you do against that? Because it ain't
Right,
marching ain't
right,
working.
nah.
Putting up guns and shit, that ain't gonna work either.
You know, building up your own communities.
Voting ain't working. What you gonna do? Get your own grocery store with their food in it? That GMO in it? It ain't gonna work. None of that is the solution to it. This book is the only way, through the Heavenly Father, is the only way that the solution is gonna happen. You never even think about why the Negroes and Latinos, we told you Negroes, we told the Negroes that the Hispanics were gonna go through it, but we told the Hispanics that the Negroes were gonna go through it too. And both of you still don't see that both of you are in the same position and that you're together. You're just thinking about yourself.
Right.
Y'all laughing at ICE and then one of them laughing because they're going through Chicago and different hoods. Where they at? Memphis?
They're in New Orleans now.
New Orleans, yeah. They you see these going through the hood, they strategically going through the hood, and you know they coming, but you ain't thought about the solution to this. Okay, the big picture is to set this up for you to be the sons of God and to rule the planet Earth. But you need this wisdom and the understanding of what this lesson is truly about.
The long-term solution.
Right.
You know, the permanent solution.
Living a different way changes things because the power that sets you up, that chose you, will now honor and bless you with the matter of
You got to go with it.
Could somebody get Deuteronomy 28? Just the first couple verses, then we're gonna jump to 15. A couple verses. You got it? You got it? No, that's perfect.
God, yeah, this is Deuteronomy 28.
You should get up in
No,
there, bro.
I didn't mean.
That's all good. The spirit hits you.
I feel like that.
So Deuteronomy 28, which is point, and 43. And it reads, the stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low.
Whoa. But the world was made for our sakes. How long is this going to last? How long is this going to endure? Can you read that last part? Yeah, read it right quick.
It says, if the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?
How come we don't have a seat on the UN Council? How come we don't have a say of what goes into the food and drug? You know? How come we don't have a say on city councils to where it actually means something? So we can actually make real change on a long-term basis. Not just, they talking about cutting off blue states from EBT. That's us. Because a lot of us vote blue. Okay? And we're uncomfortable living around right-winged Edomites. Then the gun toters, those are the ones that accidentally shoot our people.
Yeah,
Okay,
right.
so we're uncomfortable living around them. They're the major separatists. Okay, so we need a bigger, more long-term solution, and only through this Bible is it. And how you get yourself in obedience to what the Bible's talking about. You change the way you think, you change the way you act and conduct yourself, the way you praise and honor your God and reverence Him, the way you treat fellow men around the earth, particularly your fellow Israelite brothers. Okay, and just a side note on it, us correcting you is the most sincere way of love. Okay, we're pulling you out the fire, willing to be burned and criticized about how we do it. But we also see in the news, I just saw a video, I think this was old though, a baby slipped and fell out from like a second or third story building, and the man caught her. Jay caught her, caught the baby. The lady sued him. What? For $500,000.
Well, because technically the little girl fell out of his hands and landed on her head.
No, it was another one, but yeah, that one too. Yeah, it's another one. He actually caught it and had bruises. The judge didn't let him ride, but that one actually one. The one you talking about, the baby one. I mean, the lady one. Off of that, your baby will be dead. And I think this one that broke like cracked the bone or two during the catch. Your baby will be dead. But this is how unjust this world is. Okay, so none of the solutions. So now, why do people don't want to do the right thing? That's why inside this, it gives you all the mental preparation that you need to get your mind right about who to help and why. Those that believe in this, who's your fellow person that you truly connect with? They believe in this thing. You have your natural family. You may even have certain friends or whatever in the world, but this is who you really put yourself on the line for, right? Back to his.
It is back in Deuteronomy 28 and 44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him.
So what are we going to them for? To teach them that there's a better place of salvation that you can reach. They don't need to be saved from nothing. Most of them can go back to a land and become a citizen or a resident in that land that will accept them, that won't be destroyed. Now, when we get there, they're gonna get put to work. You gonna say something?
No, I mean shit. Amalek, they can traffic children.
Yep.
They can, put the whole entire world in debt.
What do you call it? Economics. They said economics. Hitmen.
They can, fund and start wars. They can do it all and still get a get out of jail free card.
They can do it all as a priest. Holding this same Bible in their Talmud.
They try to justify it by the scriptures.
Right. They're what's the prime minister has an ICC warrant for his arrest, which the ICC is the international court. It's supposed to supersede, make sure that people aren't committing war crimes, people aren't, being tyrants around the world. But this dude is above that. So that just tells you everything that you need to know, that there is no justice. The wicked are above the law. Okay? This dude, he laughs. Babylon threatened the ICC.
He's trying to get a pardon. Hey, somebody get Habakkuk 1 and 4 for me.
Now, if y'all been paying attention, they're now going to start classifying people that are anti-Sim, anti-Christian, anti-American. They're creating a task force to basically put everybody in a category. For if you're anti-Christian, if you're anti-Sim, if you're anti-American, then they can classify you as an extremist, as a terrorist. All right, and when they say anti-Christian, that doesn't mean I'm against Jehovah's Witness, or I'm against Catholicism or Methodism. No, when they say anti-Christian, they're talking about Judeo-Christianity. The Christianity that co-signs the Zionist state. You can't be an anti-Zionist and be a Christian. That brand of Christianity, if you are against that brand of Christianity, you are a terrorist and extremist under the current administration.
And it's only a matter of time before they start rolling it out.
Yep.
They put it, they write it down, put it in the law. So when they act on it, whether a year, 2 years later, it's already written. We that's how this devil gets down. And somebody get that shit.
Habakkuk 1 and 4. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth, for the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceeded.
Wrong judgment. The law is slack, meaning the law is not being executed. If certain things were to happen, and the righteous laws of the Bible were established, or they're prosecuted by those righteous laws, people wouldn't be going off. People wouldn't be live so freely to do wicked. But the righteous laws is not being established. They're not being executed. The judgments are not going out. So people just do what the hell they want. And that's why Amalek can run free in this world and do what he wants. He's not. They hold the Bible, but he's not. It's not. Hell no, he ain't bound by it. He's not trying to follow the law, statutes, and commandments.
Psalm 50 and 16.
Yep.
Somebody grabbed that.
Somebody grab that. Psalms 50 and yep.
That's the reason why the earth is in mourning. You know?
Psalms 50 and verse 16. But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee?
Yeah, it's like what was the purpose of your conversion? You know, going back to your forefathers, you know, they converted, you know, and started to, you know, practice the law, keep the law. But what purpose was that conversion if you were just gonna throw the instructions behind your back and do what the hell you was gonna do anyway? Because you're the wicked. It's in your nature to do the opposite of what the law says. You're the man of sin, like the scriptures say. So that conversion, it just pretty much it for them, it was like a double-edged sword for them, because they can hide their identity behind the guise of righteousness, but they can do all type of manner of wickedness. But the world is supposed to respect them as these God-fearing righteous people. Fooled the entire planet Earth. Man. That was
Any form of criticism means you're an anti, you know? So
Anything. You can't even say good shit about it.
hey, but that card, that get out of jail card, that's expiring. People are that's what they call it, the great noticing. People are noticing. People are actually opening their eyes and realizing that it's y'all. You are the problem. And more people are speaking out. Okay, so you can't just silence somebody by calling them an anti-Semite. Okay?
Eventually, people are going to figure out, the people are going to go into that word, Semite. Semites are the Shem. You know, that goes back to Shem. That's not just you people. That's these people, that's these people, that's these people. So, because knowledge is being increased in these last days, where they just can't just put bullshit out. And then, because you got social media, you got the internet. You know, before it was like, okay, they put stuff in the newspaper, and that's how you got your information. Or they put it on your local news or CNN or Fox News. But we knew that was all scripted, because back in the 50s, that's when the small hats bought the media. They bought all the media, bought all the newspapers. So whatever went out, they could control the narrative. But now people take out your smartphone, record this, record that, post what I just saw. I just saw a small hat come out of a sewer with and the police went in there and they had a baby mattress, a high chair, and it's like, you know, like people are like, what? You know?
Well, the world is seeing them commit a G-side.
Yeah.
Okay? The one thing y'all complain and cry and fucking make sure that nobody forgets, the hologram, you know? That's the, 6 Minute Lies.
Yeah.
Talk about never again, unless it's us doing it.
Yeah.
Okay? People see it. You can't control the narrative, but people are seeing the images, man.
And a lot of times, it's the people here are still blind. A lot of people here are still blind. The people that's seeing it is those foreigners, the foreign people in different countries, because you had a lot of European countries that are opposed to the G side that's going over there. Where a lot of them, I forgot. They were basically, they condemned it, and then the small hats was kind of on their head about it. Like, you can't say that, you can't say this, but the world is figuring out who the devil is. The world is figuring out that who the wicked is, not just,
you've had different governments representing these other countries that came out and basically started to they were acknowledging Palestine as a state. Yeah. And that's contrary to the Greater Israel project that they're constructing now. So the fact that there was getting pushback from these different UN nations about that, Trump tried to go the peace route by calling these fake ass ceasefires. They would talk about we just accomplished a new president. President Trump just set a new president. Blesses the peacemakers. But then they come out, and then the Palestinian people, as soon as they come walking into the land, pow! Yeah. They're getting striked already. You know. So the world is starting to, you know, they're seeing that. So now they have to come with an approach to this now. They have to address this pushback and resistance from the world. So that's why they're starting to come up with these legislations now, right?
And that's why they infiltrated every single government, and they're sitting. Maybe sometimes they're not the leader themselves in that country, but the right hand man from that leader is the one running things.
Right, they got a Haman in there.
And so when the pushback starts, they're already set in place to, and they already have written down laws, okay, that would combat the people speaking out, the people trying to expose them.
Right.
It's already been set up so that, because they know they're gonna get fucking pointed out.
That's why you got a lot of these uprisings amongst these many nations out here. You don't hear about them as much, but there's uprisings. The people are tired of their puppet governments run by the small hats. You know? I get that scripture in Isaiah 25, man.
It's Isaiah 25:7. And he will destroy in the mountain the face of the covering cast over all people.
Right. The mountains represent the governments. And that mountain that this left-hand government run by the wicked is going to be the covering cast is going to be lifted. All right.
And the veil that is spread over all nations.
The veil, all right. A veil is something that covers your face, and the veil is covering the nations, mainly our people's face, to see what the hell is really going on, to identify this devil. You know.
Yep. They got a Haman in every country, man.
Yep.
Okay. Here it's Stephen Miller. He's the guy. He's set up by Peter Thiel and all these other demons.
Technocrats.
You know.
All the technocrats are all pro-Zionists. All of them.
All of them.
All
They either are of Amalek or they're pro-Zionists.
all the heads of all these CDCs, FDA, all small hats. All the heads of the government are small hats. CIA, FBI, all small hats. You know?
Yeah, or he's been married into small hats.
Trump's daughter, she's married to a small hat. You know, that dude is a straight demon.
I can't think of his name. I'm trying to think of his name.
Kosher something. Eric Kushner.
Kushner, yeah.
Kosher.
Somebody got something?
What was it?
He
The
ran
covering.
a covering cast. It spread the veil. That spread over all nations.
Oh, I got something.
Hey, also, like when you look up that word veil, I believe I forget the Hebrew word, but when you look into the definition, it means something interwoven, like a web. And then when you think about it, you can weave together a bunch of lies, and there's a saying, what tangled web we weave when we practice to deceive. And that's what these devils been doing since they got loose from the bottomless pit.
What's the tangled web? Confusion.
Yeah, deception, lies.
It's like you know how someone tells a lie, they got to keep telling a lie to keep the lie going. They didn't tell so many lies that
You know what you're talking about?
you can't. Once you get to a certain point, you can't talk. Okay, that's past. We're not talking about that no more. All right, that's if you talk about that, that's anti-sin. You're anti-sin.
I got one.
You got it.
Nahum 3:1. Woe to the bloody city. It is full of lies and robbery. The prey departeth not.
We know that bloody city is Babylon, America, where the majority of the bloodshed was from you people on the side, you Israelites. You know, this place is filled with bloodshed, the rape, robbery, and murder. You know, and he's lies, and this devil going, it's spreading. You know, it's spreading throughout the world, spreading throughout the globe. His wickedness.
And he's over there in the land trying to build this greater Israel project on an ocean of blood. You know? An ocean of blood over there. He's over there trying to, he treats people, hey, there's a reason why they say we're just like, we're useless animals to them, you know.
I got a pre.
Go ahead, okay.
This is Psalms 55 verse 21. It said the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet they draw the sword.
And that's one of his greatest devices, except his sword, is his ability to deceive. His ability to deceive you with enticing words, with propaganda.
It's like his mainstream news, which is owned and controlled by him. All he does is just run up daily propaganda. Is to get you to think in a certain way. You know, once he's gotten your mind, then he can move on with his agenda. That's what he do every single day.
Yeah, this guy the same serpent in the garden, and the Lord took his pigment away when he was Cain. You know, and Cain was reincarnated to Esau evil. You know, so we got the Edomites today. Ain't no but the sons of wicked back in the garden. The serpent. You know?
Yeah, the serpent, he was known to be what? Subtle, crafty.
The Lord put that indicator on taking his pigment away to basically show the rest of the world, the rest of the nations, who the devil is.
Isn't the color red like a warning color?
Warning.
Danger.
Danger. Stop. I think even Cain said, he said, basically, my punishment is too much to bear. Somebody basically finds me, they kill me. And the Lord told Cain, well, somebody harms you, there's going to be sevenfold on them. You know?
Because he's the stand the test of time.
Yeah, to fulfill prophecy at a purpose.
Read that definition, bro. That definition of veil.
The Hebrew word is masakah. It says web, covering, veil, woven stuff.
He said web.
A bunch of lies, man. Lies and deception. One of the Mossad's motto is waging war through deception. They don't wage war based on truth.
And they use propaganda to every war, American war that's been started, has been done by some propaganda, a lie. You know, they're killing their own people. You know, they got weapons of mass destruction.
What's happening right now?
They're narco-terrorists.
Yes.
Support narco-terrorists.
They're eating the birds and the cats, whatever it is. It's something to make you have a negative look. So
They always have a boogeyman, man. Think about it. They've always set up somebody as the boogeyman.
And that boogeyman is obviously, you said it, controlled. They set up Al Qaeda. They set up these different ICE and terrorist groups. You know, and they use them until they don't need them no more. Till they become a face of a T organization, and then they go after them.
Remember what happened with the USS Liberty in 1967?
Mm-hmm.
Amalek bombed it, but had the U.S. thinking that it was a attack from somewhere else. But it was these devils that they attacked you, and that wasn't the only. Like, they have a whole history of staging or setting up false flags, so that they can use the propaganda from that attack to wage war.
Right. And the majority of the time they're waging war is to covet something in that land, whether it be poppy seeds, whether it be oil, some type of.
That's why they're going after
Venezuela.
Yeah, Venezuela.
Some type of resource. It could be gold. It could be something it goes into the scriptures. Habakkuk 2. Someone get that.
And you got the Venezuelan citizens.
Habakkuk 2 and
think they can grab an AK-47, think they gonna do something. Right? Nah, man. America's the hammer of the earth, man. They gonna bomb the fuck out of y'all, man.
They gonna get slaughtered.
And when everything's bombed, and all you people are fucking dead, they gonna send the troops in. So it'd be easy peasy for them.
It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, starting at verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine.
Wine, his philosophies, lies, deception. You got it.
He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Keep it at, you can't keep it at home. This devil has all the money, all the resources, but he's still any and everywhere in everyone else's shit. He's in this land and this land. Oh, this land got you know, they're terrorists being terrorists over here. This land is doing this. They're killing their own people. This man is everywhere.
And wasn't he talking about? Isn't Trump and them talking about going to? Was it Uganda or the Congo? One of those places in Africa. They found out there's deposits of gold everywhere.
Yeah, it's like one was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. They found like damn near $1 trillion worth of gold deposit in Uganda, I believe.
This man,
Uganda.
this man just wants to suck up all the resources out of the earth, all the precious metals, and not for the improvement of society, of people, the world. No, it's just to hoard them.
No.
Yeah, I know that, y'all been saying them basically the photos where it said when America go in these other countries, it's basically like a meme. It says seems like they need freedom. They got the eagle face on it. That's America, man.
Another precious I won't say mineral resource is that is heavy coveted right now by Esau is cobalt. Because cobalt is used to make those batteries for those electric cars. Lithium too. And what do you see Esau rolling out? Everything electric this, electric that. So it's not by coincidence that this devil is coveting certain countries in Africa right now.
Hey, the scriptures tell you there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. And y'all ever seen them movies where it's like a group of people, they on a heist or something, and they're gonna rob a bank or something, and it's that one person in the group that get greedy, and they wanna once they complete the mission, he take out all the rest of his guys.
That's Esau, man.
I want everything.
That was Joker in Dark Knight. They robbed the bank. They took everyone out. That's how the devil get down, man. And then put the blame on the person that they killed. You got it, bro.
This is from Al Jazeera. Trump updates. The DRC, Rwanda leaders in Washington signed peace deal.
DRC is Congo, right?
The Democratic Republic of Congo, right?
A lot of our people in the Congo too.
Yeah. It says United States President Donald Trump has met with the leaders of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo in Washington, D.C. to sign a new deal aimed at stabilizing the war-scarred region of eastern DRC. Trump says the U.S. will sign bilateral deals with both Rwanda and the DRC to buy natural resources, including rare earth minerals, from two countries. The New York Times has filed a lawsuit challenging the Pentagon's restrictive news media policy, calling it unconstitutional. U.S. authorities have arrested a man. Okay, this is going into other stuff, but so basically, Trump is aiming at getting a new deal, a peace deal with those two countries, because he's really trying to get into their minerals, coal resources over there.
They put code word buy in there, meaning steal. You know what I mean? We want to buy resources. Like they're gonna go in there. They're gonna go in there. We're gonna take whatever the fuck we want. You know. And then, but that's how Esau get down. It's like sharecropping. When they had the sharecroppers, they worked on the same land, and then Esau was supposed to pay them. Esau like, I don't gotta pay you for this. That's what they gonna do with them. That's this devil's MO. Is to get over and he's been able to do it because ain't no one ever stood up. But these nations are beginning to rise up, and go ahead.
No. Finish your thought. No, but as he said, no one stood up. Why? Because of what the brother was talking about earlier from the mark of Cain. Okay, if anybody raised up to take this man down, why do you think Tubal Cain and Lamech was freestyling that drill on him, right? That drill rap on him, talking about nobody can, I can kill whoever, a man smited me, and I killed him, and nobody can touch me. Talking about how bad and boastful he is with the sword. And this man's still pushing that energy in the earth today. that nobody can take, and that still stands because only one person can take him out, which is Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh Shai is the only one that can take him out.
Yeah.
He set up the dominion for him to go into rulership in the ancient world, and as Isaac, for you that can understand, and then he has to be the one to take him out.
That's it.
Okay, but prophecy has to be fulfilled. Okay, with that. Okay, so it has to be for a certain time after a certain set of accomplishments, which in duality will be the test of our people to see if we're just gonna follow this man because nobody can touch him. That's why Isaiah 30 and 31 is it, where he says, "You trust in Egypt, but because the chariots are many, because of how powerful this man is. You just think that I better go along to get along before he destroy me too." But the Heavenly Father's like, "I'm gonna destroy you if you don't side with me."
That's why the Most High is allowing him to build up his pride
Yep.
to this point where he's gonna be like, man, ain't no one can fuck with me.
And his influence, but people are seeing this and are noticing this, Brother Brock, right? And the people are noticing that this is happening, and so what? They're gonna join up to it with that way, versus joining up to the Heavenly Father. And that's when you catch that you get that charagma in you, and then you also ultimately get the punishment that comes with that. Okay, but you have to know and believe that we're trying to warn people to stay away from that whole energy. All right, and we were saying earlier, I know brothers got precepts. Matter of fact, go on and read it. Who got
He still had Habakkuk too. I think he said a little bit more.
You read down to thick clay. He got a lot of names.
Back in Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these take up a parable against thee, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
And I was going to read while I'm holding it. This man's is noticing that this man Amalek and the rest of the Edomites are doing certain things to the earth. Where is the outcry of people? Well, that outcry is beginning. You go to these UN councils and the G20 summits, and they're calling this man out to his face. They're getting up and walking out, booing him when he starts talking, because they see what he's doing in the earth, particularly over there with BB
Malakowski.
Yeah, right. With that guy, and then they see it Trump back. This is exactly what the scriptures are outlining in prophecy. Okay.
It says, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay.
Yeah, the thick clay goes into his debt. You know, his paper currencies is debt. You know, when you papers over, you know, gold and silver, all these commodities, with these IOUs, derivatives, it's all debt. It's a debt instrument. And that's how he gets all his power, man. You know, and that goes in deceiving the people. You know, like in when he went to Saudi Arabia, you know, to buy all that oil, he said, well, I'm gonna just give you this American paper dollar. You know, and that put a lot of power behind the petrodollar. They call it petrodollar because of Saudi Arabia and the oil they had down there. I want to add this in just so people can understand the culture and gangster mentality of this nigga Esau. He puts it in movies. It's all over. And Jake loves these movies, right? Like the movie I was thinking to illustrate it is Scarface, 83 or whatever it is with Chino. Right. When he went to make the deal for the guy that was over him, and then he killed his homeboy, and then he got the money and the yayo, because the best deal is when you keep your money and you get the product. And that's what this nigga is always trying to do, the double up, the come up. He's always trying to have that. He has no problem not using square deals to do it. Okay, he has no problem breaking a covenant amongst men and amongst humans, so to speak. Okay, he has no problem with that. That's this evil covetous man.
It's like running up credit cards and never paying them. It's like, and then after you finish running those up, you get a set of new ones.
Yeah.
That's all he's doing. Oh, I got the new credit card. Run up 1,000. Run up
and to get them identities, he'll kill people to take their identity. That's how crazy this man does, right? So as he's doing all of this, you got to see it for what it truly is. This is what his thing is. Okay, so this debt system he's setting up is another scam to double up again. The money ain't on nothing. It ain't backed by nothing. I'm gonna set up a fiat currency. Talk about that there, right? I'm gonna set up a fiat currency that I don't have to give out gold to make it real. I'm gonna just give out this cheap ass paper.
And that's how they set it up. Oil is backed by gold. It's backed by silver. You should be able to go. Back in the day, you could go into the bank and say, "Here's $1 or however much money, give you back a certain amount of silver."
Way to go.
But they just set it up in the beginning to make you believe it, to make you think it was backed by something. Now, it ain't backed by shit.
Yeah, and they give you the ultimatum, man. They'll send an ambassador to your to speak with you. Hey, this is the deal that we have on the table. Okay, it's gonna benefit us way more than you and your people.
And also, we have troops on the border of your.
That's what I'm saying.
Your country
Because
also.
they give you the option. Either you do it, you sign, you willingly give it up, or you know, we can take it by force. You know?
Yeah. And we're going into the debt of this devil. How the main reason everyone's mourning because everyone's in debt. You born into a certain amount of debt. Everyone's indebted to someone or something. If people would be still fucked up, but imagine no one had no debt. Imagine if you work your 2 weeks at work and you got to keep all your money because your house is paid for, or you got free running water or whatever. You had no bill.
Electricity, free medical.
We still be under the curses, but we still have that would relieve some type of stress. But this devil got the world, everyone in debt under him. You know, even like Jeff Bezos and all these they're indebted to the bankers.
Yeah, man, that thick clay, man. You know, Venezuela, for example. You know, Esau, he basically, made Venezuela go into hyperinflation. You know, I think it started like in 2014. You know, that country started going to hyperinflation, and as you can see, you know, they start throwing their paper money out in the streets. Yeah. It ain't even worth shit, man.
Yeah,
and that's what they're gonna do here in America. They're about to invade Venezuela. Yeah. And they're gonna fucking set up hyperinflation here in America, and they're gonna invade America.
Venezuela in the 60s, early 70s was the richest country in South America. They're really good.
Yeah, in America, when they get invaded, it ain't gonna be the same America like you think it is today. No, it's gonna be like a new, different. There's gonna be some different type shit.
The Apostle Tahar says that Venezuela has more oil than the Middle East.
Yeah, it does.
So they sitting over over there. They sitting over there on oil for real. That's why Esau is trying to covet it so much.
Yeah, and also China and Russia are there. So he's like, okay, look, you're not about to sell or trade this oil to our ops.
Yeah.
This belongs to us. This is in our backyard. All right.
Yeah, but I mean, the big war is gonna happen in the Middle East. When America tries to go into Iran, and Iran just discovered, a big deposit of gold too.
Yeah.
So once America goes into Iran, that's game over. That's when Russia and China, and Turkey, all these other smaller countries, Ethiopia, like I said, and Ezekiel 38. That's when the Valley of Decision gonna happen, man. The mountain of the troops, Armageddon, and it's gonna be, straight up fighting in the Middle East, and that's when the Lord gonna come back to you. And I want to make a quick point of why that's a coveted region, because that's the Levant or the Fertile Crescent. There's more resources and more densely resources in that area. Okay, you're gonna find the cobalt, you're gonna find the gold, you're gonna find the oil and all those things, those resources like that. Okay, the fatness of the earth.
You look at where it's all centered. There's so many different trade routes. That eventually enters that region. So you can get resources from all directions. And then you even got the bodies of seas and rivers, mighty rivers, the body of water.
Like tenderest meat.
The Persian Gulf.
Yeah.
You got all the
got the Red Sea, you got the Mediterranean.
Black Sea.
Yeah.
Even up high.
The Nile River. So being in that centered location of the world, you got access to pretty much everything in all directions.
It's
Make deals to get it out of here.
going back to like in history. They say every map was the center point of the map was the nation was Israel. That's where they began to, when they make maps, that was always the center point.
Hey, that's a prime example of why this man ain't the people of the Lord. Because if you was the wise judge, all of these resources you covered after these other nations will be willingly bringing these resources to you.
Yeah.
But you gotta go, scam, and you gotta, tell all these lies to go get it. Shedding blood.
I want to make a quick point. But if you look the word up, if you cut AI overview through etymology, for the word thug. Okay? The word thug comes from the Hindi word thag or the ghee, something like that. Yep. Meaning deceiver, swindler, or thief. Originated from Sanskrit.
Yeah, Esau, he's the biggest thug there is. Let you be sovereign. And the moment you say, I don't want to deal with the American dollar, I don't want to trade in the petrodollar. He's coming for your head.
Strong arm.
The first thing he's gonna do is he's gonna try to be diplomatic first about it. And then he's gonna send somebody in to fish out your government, and then cause dissension amongst you and the people. Have the people, divided. Have people acting like they're dissatisfied with the government.
Collapse their economy.
And then cause uproar. All right. And then once that happened, then you can come with your narrative. Oh, look, they hate their government. Look, he's oppressing the people. This is what happens when you dismiss our democracy.
Yeah.
And then now he's we're gonna send aid, we're gonna send troops, or we're gonna fund some rebels and arm them and get them to overthrow that government. That's what happened with the Assad regime. And this is they tried to do that with Maduro back in like 2017.
Yeah.
They tried to put up a puppet guy.
Yeah. They always try to they pretty much buy these elections with these different other countries. They all
small hats in position.
Yeah. You got a small hat in position in Argentina, Mexico, and they're probably working on the rest of the South America right now.
Oh, they got one in Ecuador. They got one in Peru.
Oh, so
They got them in Bolivia.
I want to say they got one in Chile too.
Yeah, oh yeah. Chile's been the,
Chile, like really, people don't realize Chile's like really whitewashed. Either whitewash.
Yeah.
they're everywhere.
So dealing back with Venezuela, we'll get to it. Dealing with Venezuela, the fact that they're so rich in oil and resources down there, they're able to leverage the gold and the oil and the resources to back whatever currency that they can use. All right, like they have a digital currency that they're calling the petro, but it's not the same as the American dollar petro. You see? So the fact that they're able to leverage their own resources to back their own currency, and they can use that currency to evade the sanctions that the U.S. puts on them, that's an economic threat. So yeah, we got to go down there, but we got to make our narrative be believable to justify going down there. So let's I got something. There are a bunch of traffickers and drug pushers down there. This is where we get a lot of our the drug trade.
Yeah, they so full of shit. Right. Shooting down little boats.
Yeah.
Bro, if they knew, like, they bringing in drugs they'll buy a submarine from Russia and bring drugs in like that. And they bringing drugs in from Colombia, they bringing drugs in from South America. So this one little boat, little fishing boat, get the fuck out of here, man. But people believe that shit. Like, oh yeah, they're stopping the war on drugs.
Why they not bombing those big ass cargo ships owned by the banks?
Yeah. Remember Chase?
Yeah.
Had that one. Go ahead, bro.
Had all tons of fucking cocaine on the ship.
Going to Europe, going to Spain, a port of Spain or something.
Why don't they bomb that? You ain't finna bomb that. That's too much money.
Yeah, that's their money.
That's too much money.
And they got the technology where they can see right in the jungle where they producing that shit, where they where they processing the coke and the heroin and shit. They could just bomb their ass from there. But why they don't do it? Yeah, people don't realize the U.S. government can take out all the cartels in 1 week, like that. But they got their hand in the money too. So, you know.
The largest drugs is the pharmaceutical industry.
This is what they're doing with the drugs.
Yeah, and that's quote-unquote legal, man. What about all of that?
I got Ezekiel 28:4. With thy wisdom and with thy understanding, thou hast gotten me riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches.
Hey, traffic.
Traffic with the CK on it.
Trafficking, not just people, everything, you know.
Revelation 18 has a large list of traffic, things that they traffic. What's not on there is drugs, but you can almost derive that from the things that are there.
Well, they trafficked the children of Israel.
Yeah.
You know?
Slaves, souls,
Yeah,
and men.
built up this place with 300 years of non-payable slavery work, I guess. Indenture, what they say, indenture, indenture.
Everybody find that way?
Traffic.
It's the word traffic. It's Rakala, right? And it goes into merchandise traffic, trade, right?
Think about that, merchandise, traffic, or trade. Okay, well, just in a simple way to understand it, why if you drive, if you drive a lot, I'm from Southern California, so I'm used to being in traffic. It's the trucks and shit, the shit that's moving, the commerce that's moving, that's slowing all the cars down. Because big trucks gotta get over, you know. So it's just an easy way to understand the word. Okay? They're moving things around. Okay, merchandise. They gotta get from the docks into the brick and mortar stores.
They got whole ass fucking cargo planes, man.
Yep.
The military is the ones bringing in the drugs, man. Let's be real.
Yep.
They show you that
It
in
only makes sense.
American Gangster.
American Gangster.
Yeah.
It just makes sense. You guard the field, you might as well transport it and guard it on the way here.
It shows you even what's that series? Snowfall?
Snowfall. Oh yeah.
Bro, this fucking CIA. Intelligence, man.
Tom Cruise movie, American Meat,
Yeah, American,
American or something like that.
it's American something. Yeah,
I think it's just
The American, I think, is, yeah. Where he's a pilot.
CIA.
Yeah.
It's ran by the Mossad. Okay.
Tiny hat.
Yep, and a tweet came out. They slipped. It was
Yeah.
a tweet about Homeland
I
Security
seen it. Yeah.
where it was based off. You would
No.
think it's in Washington D.C. in the Pentagon.
No, what happened was Twitter did an update or Twitter X, they did an update where it shows the location.
Location.
And go ahead, tell us, bro.
It was the location of Homeland Security. The operations were over there in Israel,
Yeah. In Tel Aviv, I think.
Tel Aviv. So it's the Edomite, yes, the Edomite, but it's the Amalekite, the small hat. He's the head of the snake, the head of the serpent.
the movie is called American Made.
American Made.
Right. And I always think American Hustle, but it's American Made.
That's American.
That's
that movie too?
Let me read this because this all ties into exactly what you're talking about, right? So the word that I was struggling with was dagger, which means cunning. We know that's an Esau trait, right? It says, and related to the idea of covering or concealing, that covering cast we're talking about, right? It said it entered English via British colonial India to describe members of notorious gangs or of professional robbers and murderers, thugs, in parentheses, who strangle travelers, but evolved, and when you think of Book of Eli, the road pirates.
Yeah.
Those are thugs. You know? So it says, who strangled travelers, but evolved in American slang to refer to violent criminals. Now this is where it ties into what we were first talking about, right? Often carrying racial connotations as a euphemism for black men. Because in all those shows and movies we were talking about, it went from being the Edomites that ran it, okay, being the face of it, to violent spiritual, right? To being in the hands of Jake in the hood. So now they're the ones that go to jail for it on that war on drugs. Even though we didn't have any boats, we didn't have any boats or anything to go with it. You know? How you doing, bro?
I'm doing all right. I'm just studying.
Okay.
So you guys, just like conglomeration of good people against bad people, something like that, right?
Yeah, biblical, yeah.
Got any way I can support you?
Just listen. That's it.
All right, I'll stop by. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Yeah, so that connotation gets put on our people because they put the drug last in our hand, and the police that level. What about the boats? Like you said, they don't ever stop the boat.
What for your style say?
Yeah. You know, how do we
get all this shit? How's this shit getting floated in here and flown in here?
We don't own these ships or boats.
He's always a hero. He'll pose with 2 kilos of yayo and some guns and a Jake in handcuffs and say, we stop this guy from poisoning our community.
The poles with the Coast Guard with made a big bus. Like, man, y'all let like 100 metric tons just go by last week, so.
What are you saying?
What they doing with all of them? Once they seize the ships, what they do with the shit?
It ain't just sitting in evidence, though. It ain't sitting in evidence. If they were sitting in evidence, it'd be down there Fort Knox. They're doing something.
Yeah, they selling it.
They doing it.
Exactly.
They put that shit in your Adderall. They put that shit in your your pharmaceuticals.
Because it's another
Giving it to the white jackets, man.
It's a form of control.
You just can't do it with a hoodie on the corner.
You can't do it without the credentials.
Yeah.
And also, that's why you see right now a bunch of articles coming out on this new marijuana stuff. Basically saying the potency of it is becoming stronger. And a lot of it is getting people sick. And now it's in the hands of Esau. He's marketing for his own gain now. You know, he's turned the side hustle, the weed.
Oh yeah.
You know, he's taking Jake's side hustle, you know, that they made, and now he's making billions off of it legally, man. You know, so now he's putting his hand in it, and it's getting even more tainted than what it already was. You know?
It is an herb used for healing.
Yeah, it has medicinal
purpose. Yeah.
It's in my bag.
Hey, can I put it
also,
out?
yeah, I got everything that's in my bag.
Oh, yeah, get this real quick.
24. We had that too.
This is Job 13:4. But you are forgers of lies. You are all physicians of no value.
Nice. If you're forces of lies, positions of no value. Hey, meaning what? That's going into your quote-unquote doctors, man. And when you go into that word doctor, it means to falsify. You know, here it is. You can go into any hospital, say you have a certain ailment, and the first thing they're going to do for you, no hesitancy, is write you a medication. You know? Hey, and then you could go in there and say, hey, this medication wasn't enough. You know what they're going to do? They're going to write you another one, another prescription. And it's going to be heavier in dosage, man. You know? It's not about treating a cure. It's about, hey, making sure that you're weaning. It's like not weaning. Making sure that you become addicted into the substance.
Yeah, you become dependent.
Exactly. You become dependent. So it says, forgers of lies, physicians of no value. A true physician is supposed to heal you with the herbs. Here it is. All these medications derived from some type of herb that Yahweh Shah created, man. Something like Tylenol, ibuprofen. Hey, that's willow bark. You know, the same effects that willow bark has, because basically what it does is it thins the blood. It's an anticoagulant, you know, versus one the opposite, meaning hemorrhaging, which is clotting, right?
Is that like don't they use that for snake bites?
Yeah. Well, snake venom is actual hemotoxin.
Yeah.
Basically meaning it clots the blood, and that's what causes the person to die. The blood not being able to flow freely through those veins.
Side note. Side note, that's what was in JAB, why all these people having these heart issues, because the blood's coagulating and having clots in it.
Microcarditis.
That's like it. So the elder was reading.
But this is not medical information.
Right.
In the NLT it says, as for you, you smear me with lies. As physicians, you are worthless quacks.
Yeah.
And that word quack, it says, refers to commonly describes, it's like it says, more commonly describes a fraudulent or ignorant person pretending to have skills, especially medical expertise, known as a charlatan or snake oil salesman.
And look, why they put charlatan? That's a religious faker. It's a false prophet, pretty much. Okay.
It says down here, medical context. I'm gonna read this part. It says, charlatan, a person who pretends to have skills, knowledge, or qualifications they lack, often to deceive people for money, e.g. a fake doctor or therapist. Medical context, a fraudulent or ignorant practitioner of medicine, also known as quackery.
Dr. Fauci.
Yeah.
What happened to that guy, man?
He got off.
He vanished from the face of the earth.
He got pardoned and he got pardoned and he did the right thing. Went to FBI.
Yeah.
Well, you're never gonna find him. Where is that? You're not gonna find him.
He took an underground tunnel to who knows where.
Yeah.
All these
I got
psychologists,
plenty of kids there too.
all these psychologists and psychiatrists, they're the devil too. They don't heal mentally.
Nah,
You know,
it should go.
anything they
It should
say is something, you know, that's
Just put it on there, it should be good.
new to the world
I
standard.
don't got no time.
You know? They're not guiding you to your how about shit down shot. And the true physicians, the apothecaries, you know, they believed in your how about shit down shot because it said you got to pray to the Lord first, you know, for to heal a certain disease. Then you give them the herbs, certain herbs for your healing. So you got to pray to the Heavenly Father and the Son first, you know, because ultimately they give you the healing, you know.
I looked up the word quack in the etymology for the brother. It says medical, kind of the same thing you said, but it's some extra. Medical charlatan, impudent, and fraudulent pretender to medical skill. Literally hawker of salve. To brag, boast, literally to croak. I want to go down. It says a quack is a derivation. One who talks much without wisdom. Specifically talks of his own power to heal. Hence, an ignorant pretender to medical knowledge or skill. And like the brother was saying, the herb is what heals, but really it's the Yahweh Shema Shah that gives, you know, that makes the herbs work in order to heal you. Esau just talks a good one. Don't take this, take that, and you should feel better. You know.
Yeah, that's why the scriptures say a lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it. That's why, you know, when people who actually have knowledge on the herbs and different, you know, remedies, they come out, you gotta give a disclaimer and say, oh, this is not medical information, because they'll come at you. You can be fined and even put in prison for giving factual information based on, you know, remedies from the herb. That's why they hated Dr. Sabi so much.
A lot of Amish got in trouble because of that same thing as well. They had natural cures for things, you know, that they figured out. They was like, nope.
You didn't go through our school system and get a certification to be able to say what you're saying.
This is Ecclesiastes 38:1. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him for the uses which ye may have of him. For the Lord hath created him. For of the Most High cometh healing.
Yeah, not of Rockefeller Foundation and their schooling and their. It was cold because
Petroleum-based medicines.
it was cold because you go to the doctor, you watch them actually find out what's your symptoms, they'll write all your symptoms down, what pains you're feeling. They'll go right on something to computer, basically Google it.
Shit, now they chat GPT.
Yeah, they go right into the computer system and figure out, okay, this, and this. But it's a medical database that they kind of go into.
Yeah.
But it's almost Googling out of a medical database.
Yeah, the spirit of a Greek, was a Greek god or
Slavery. Yeah.
That's
Two snakes, The little staff in the Jesus.
Yeah.
Symbolizing the witchcraft and the deception.
It says, for of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration.
Now let me tell you why this is important in the Bible. So when you detach from this place, you don't have to go to them for their own for what they tell you to do. Okay? Because now what? We forget that the WHO rules all these countries now. So whatever something comes up, or they say something comes up, you got to go by the orders of what they say. But we can be detached and get the healing from the Lord.
Well, this
through
wisdom.
prayer, let me say real quick, through prayer and through these natural remedies. Okay, the Lord puts that on your spirit to it. You know what I'm saying?
This wisdom is what kept us from saying no to the JAB.
Yeah.
From standing firm and
Having faith.
counseling the body and the believers to not go get in line and get that thing.
And we watched our people. I was just gonna say, we watched our brothers go through the same COVID hitting us, but we were able to fight it off with prayer and natural remedy. Okay, this is not medical information again, right? Versus being so sick, I gotta go in and go get their, MEDs. Man, I gotta go do it. What you gonna say?
No, it's devil. He showed that he pretty much got these people, man. Because after the operation was all done, they already programmed and trained you people. But then they came out and slowly but surely started to release information on how it was actually harmful, and it changed a lot of people's lives, and even claimed a lot of lives.
Claimed lives, changed their DNA.
All
it did something to their immune system where it blocks your immune system from protecting you from certain pathogens and diseases.
It's called AIDS.
Autoimmune.
That's what that is. Autoimmune
Deficiency.
syndrome. That's what it does. It blocks your white blood cells from being effective to find out, and then it begins to attack those white blood cells. So now pathogens just come in and take root. So that's why when you get AIDS, it's not the AIDS that kill you. It's just the preventative system of defense isn't there. So now whatever you catch can take you out.
Yeah, because your white blood cells have something called antibodies. So basically, these antibodies their only job is to fight what they would call the foreign invaders, or those sicknesses, those infirmities, so to speak, man. But what it does is it prevents those antibodies from actually doing their job, and they actually turn on one another. You know, instead of fighting a sickness, they fight itself. You know, so your body, it literally becomes a cancer into itself, man.
And the Apostles of Great Millstone was the only Israelite group to say that I know about.
Definitively.
Don't take that serum.
Exactly.
You got other groups, IUIC, UPK.
You said
They said take it. They lost a whole lot of members out there in that congregation.
And we had channels took down, a lot of videos removed.
Medical misinformation.
Yeah, all that. Only for us to be right in the end.
And what do the people say now that they come out, the CDC and all these different government agencies that says, hey, we were wrong about this? Didn't the Washington Post just said something that 10 children died because of, at least 10 children, I'll say that, died because of this? And everyone knows what it is. All of a sudden you have these people that are between the ages of 20 and 40, they athletic, they run every day, dropping dead.
And they call it,
go ahead, bro.
they call it sudden adult deaths.
Yeah, shit. They got a name for the shit now.
Remember VAERS?
Yeah.
They had a whole database where actual doctors was just giving a whole rundown of everybody that got admitted and that took, they were like, well, this person took this dose and then he took the booster and then these are the effects that came, and they would have to put it on the report. Yeah. For whatever reason, they got rid of that whole database. I don't even know if it even exists anymore.
Right.
The VAERS. But see, but that's going to show you, like the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. And like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. A lot of our people were beginning to trust this man. When the Bible clearly tells you his rust have not been altogether wiped away. He's still the same fucking devil, man. But they believed him. He used the mind manipulation through the power of the machine, mainstream media. They had these sellout influencers. All right, people would influence celebrities or people with doctors in front of their name, and they was coming out and endorsing them. They was making music videos. That whole thing was a straight up psychological operation, man. And guess who got the biggest payout of it all? The little hat.
Billionaires became trillionaires.
Yes.
During that time.
Became billionaires.
Yeah, billionaires became
The
billionaires.
middle class became non-existent.
Right. Yep. And they had, and the main target for that was you Israelites, people on the side. They even said it. So you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, you always been at the back of the list. We want you to be at the front of the list. Now, and then when they come out with all the information, they don't say nothing. It's just a small little headline, and then it's on to the other bullshit. You ain't getting no story from Esau, because he don't care. You know, you gotta understand, when you're dealing with someone, it could be anyone. If they cared, at least they say sorry. This nigga don't say sorry, you're not gonna get none of that. You're not gonna get no sympathy from this devil.
You're doing the right thing by being the wicked.
Yeah.
In his eyes.
Hey, he think
There's no place for righteousness.
the way he moves, he thinks he's righteous.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
That's what's bugged out about it.
They thought they were saving lives.
Yeah.
You don't care about your mother or father if you don't get it.
Hey,
Bro. And they even expose how normally when they come up with these inoculations, it takes years of research and development.
Yeah, he said that.
But for this particular one, they said it was under a year.
Under 6 months.
Yeah. It was quick.
The 19, when did it hit here? Like maybe like around
2020, early 2021.
January, February.
Yeah.
They had the JAB damn near like September, October, or something like that. And people was lining up to get it. Like I seen people line up at the out there in California at the Forum, right across from the SoFi Stadium. Cars lined up.
The way the news media was being used to scare us into submission, you would think there'd be bodies everywhere on the streets.
Yeah.
You know, people just dying in the stores, dropping dead.
Yeah.
You go to the hospitals, they're empty.
Funeral homes.
It's just regular day.
Yeah.
You know?
You would think it would have been 200 funerals a week. You didn't see no big funeral processions like every other day. It was just like business as usual. Because it was just you watch the news, it was this many people died today, this many people died. You know, do this. That was like it was an hour of news, damn near 30, 40 minutes was to persuade people of the fears of the 19 and to go get through whatever.
It usually takes 10 to 15 years for a vaccine to develop.
Real quick, Psalm 36 in the Amplified Bible, it says, transgression speaks like an oracle to the wicked. Let me read that again. It says, transgression speaks like an oracle to the wicked. Deep within his heart, there is no fear or dread of the Most High before his eyes. For he flatters and deceives himself in his own eyes.
We watched him build himself up with pride way back. Imagine all them years as Lamech, knowing that no one was going to touch you.
Nobody can do nothing.
Nobody can do that. So what? And you a violent man, and then you were given the blessing of the sword after that. How much wickedness can you really do on earth?
Like it says in Ecclesiastes, because sins against an evil work is executed speedily. So he's like, man, I can just run I could run the tally up. I could just max out my wickedness. Which the Lord wants him to do. That's exactly what the Lord wants him to do. You know?
To show the world that this is not how you live in the earth.
Yeah, Esau got at the pinnacle of his kingdom, he has to max out.
Yeah.
He has to max it out. Because the Lord's gonna level everything when he comes back.
Yeah.
Everything is gonna be leveled. He's gonna bring everything back to the way it's supposed to be. But right now, it's at an all-time high, and it's supposed to be.
Wickedness, confusion, deception.
That's when Revelation 18 chapter says, "For wickedness have it's reached unto the heavens."
Yeah.
You know, it has to, like you said, it has to get even higher than what it is now, because the destruction has to be that great.
And his judgment has to match his wickedness.
It's a level that we don't even know about this man's going to.
It says, verse 2, it says, "For he flatters and deceives himself in his own eyes, thinking that his sinfulness will not be discovered and hated by the Most High. The words of his mouth are wicked and deceitful. He has ceased to be wise and to do good. He plans wrongdoing on his bed. He sets himself on a path that is not good. He does not reject or despise evil." Yeah.
So that's why the brother has the sign back there about get ready for judgment. That's the evil that you can get the sign a little bit. That's the purpose that you got to understand that the Heavenly Father has to solve this man, his wickedness in the earth. You have to go to that high level of judgment. Okay,
There you
starting
go.
with him and then the wicked that follow him.
Yeah. How do you get rid of the cancer?
Burn it out.
You gotta
Use radiation to do it now, so it don't
Yeah.
kill everything. It do kill everything around.
So you got the physician that's gonna come
Yep.
and get rid of this cancer, man.
They got this, you were talking about shit that we don't know about. Y'all brothers ever heard of something called PFAS? PFAS? It's in everything. When I say everything, like everything you touch, this shit is in everything. And it has certain effects. And they had, like, I think there was a documentary, I think on Netflix or one of these things on that specific chemical, and it has like I'm gonna read some of the effects of it, but it's just like it's in damn near everything, man. It says
Spell it right quick.
PFAS. It's in household goods, cooking packages, personal care products, industrial and manufacturing materials. So it's existent everywhere. But some of the effects of it, or what is it?
I got some information.
You got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so it says, what is PFAS, right? And it says PFAS is, it says per and however you say it, polyfluoroalkyl substances, however you say it. But it says they are a huge family of man-made chemicals used since the 1940s because they resist heat, water, and oil. You find them in products like non-stick pans, Teflon, water-resistant clothing, firefighting foam.
Everything. But it's shit that we don't know it's there, but you can't see it. It's there, but you can't.
Like a clear coat.
Yeah.
It says food packaging, grease-proof wrappers, fast food packaging, stain resistance, cosmetics. It says they don't break down in nature and they accumulate in the human body.
Forever chemicals.
So you think you eating fast food, that's killing you. The package is killing you too.
Plastics.
Plastics.
Remember styrofoam?
Styrofoam.
Like the receipts.
Yeah, I heard it. Receipts. Oh, here's your receipt.
So they are linked to health concerns, impaired immunity, hormonal disruption, and more. And this isn't a medical advice. This is just the truth. It says forever chemicals, they affect the body over long-term exposure because they build up in the blood and don't break down easily. It says their main harmful effects. It says the immune system effects is they lower response to the vaccines. It says they increase frequency in colds.
Whoa, go back.
That's it, salty. Cold. It says the reduced ability to fight infections. They lower response to vaccines.
JAB lowers response to it, so it makes so-called medications not work in you. Yeah, messing with your immunity. This is, but we've only seen, we only seen but little works of Yahushua. We've only seen but little works of this damn devil, man.
Yeah.
Shit that he's really doing. Like, we look at, oh, these are some pretty clouds, how nice they line up. No, that's a chemtrail. You know, people see that every day and don't realize that that's what that is.
Barium oxide and aluminum.
Yep.
Which is for all on the periodic table.
Barium, aluminum.
Yeah.
And barium, when you get into barium, it breaks down your immune system.
So that when they spray that stuff in the air, it's up in the air, but eventually it come down. It's going to come down, and the people are going to inhale it. It come down in your water.
And you don't ever see it once it gets down.
And it probably gets worse when it gets down to our level. Yeah.
For the metallicized paper.
Yep, it says increased frequency of colds or other illnesses,
Yep.
the hormone and endocrine disruption, right? You have the endocrine system. Hey, looks like a good one.
Yeah, I'm saying endocrine system.
Yep, yep. It says the thyroid function, it interferes with the metabolism, the reproductive hormones, increased cancer risk.
So
Right.
imagine this. Imagine your grandma or your mom or whoever else, an elderly Jake in your family, that has thyroid issues. Why? Why do they have these thyroid issues? Because of what they're eating and the air they're breathing, and it's in the water, it's in all the packaging that they cook with, it's in the jars, it's in everything. So that thyroid goes bad in the glands that's supposed to produce to fight off this stuff is overworked.
And also the hygiene products that we
Yeah.
use, they go in through your pores, man. Man,
I'm saying this
All the way around.
It's no way
You're getting doused in chemicals every day. Every day. You're literally marinating chemicals.
Hey, I got a quick read. In Psalm 64:6 says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search. Both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
Yep.
You know?
This man will go deep to keep his fingerprints off the murder weapon. So he don't look like the bad guy.
Yeah. Figure out other ways to kill you without just using the sword directly.
You're right. That's probably boring to him now. He's been doing that
So
for
easy.
so many
It's
years.
too
he meditates evil, bro.
Yeah.
They say the average human ingests a credit card worth of plastic a week. A year?
Okay, because the scripture tells you they sleep not except they have done mission, and their sleep is taken away unless they cause something to fall. You know, so as the scriptures say, we'll meditate terror. Well, he does that on the left hand side, man. To the-
Day and night.
Yeah.
Microplastic.
Because it is in the power of his hands. You know, Yahweh Shemel Shai saw this particular era to reign, man. So this devil, he has the sciences. The scripture tells us in the book of Ezekiel, the 28th chapter, he is wiser than Daniel. You know, so he understands the body on a molecular level. You know, he understands, you know, the psyche of man. He understands Jake's pattern, so he's able to fit what attracts Jake's attention with his poisons, to basically amplify the effects that it has on our bodies, man. You know, he's figured you out. You know, you have something in the medical industry called the HeLa cells, man. And they basically come from a woman named Henrietta Lacks. You know, she had cancer within her ovaries. So he did a bunch of experiments on her and took pieces of her tissue, and he still uses her flesh or those organisms from her tissue today in modern research, man. You know, so hey, he's done this to Jake, man.
Jake's always been a guinea pig for E, man.
Exactly.
Tuskegee experiment.
Exactly. Yeah, and the same thing happened to the Northern Kingdom, the Guatemalan syphilis experiment. You know, so it's not just the Southern Kingdom.
And he's putting these same things that in the research he found, he's putting them same things in them jabs.
Yeah. Right. It's more on this on the PFAS. It says it's linked to kidney cancer, testicular cancer, liver damage. It says it alters cholesterol levels and elevated liver enzymes. It says reproductive and the developmental effects. It says exposure during pregnancy, and that's a you know, lets you know, because you know when women have those pregnancy cravings, it's typically, you know, some BS. You know, so now the baby is directly affected by these.
So like, one quick precept, Wisdom of Solomon 1:9. For inquisition shall be made into the counsels of the ungodly, and the sound of his words shall come unto the Lord for the manifestation of his wicked deeds. That's exactly what the prophets of the Lord doing. Inquisition means investigation. So we bringing all this information out on Esau Edom and tell him, man, he's the wicked. And this is basically warn our people, man, to stay away from this man, man. You better think twice before you you know, take his medicine, you know, eat his food, you know. So there you go.
I got another one for you. Psalms 10 and start at verse 12. I start at 11 actually. It says, the wicked think the Most High isn't watching us.
Right.
He have closed his eyes and won't even see what we do. Arise, O Yahweh, punish the wicked. O power, do not ignore the helpless. Why do the wicked get away with despising the Most High? They think the Most High will never call us to account. But you see the trouble and the grief they cause. You take note of it and punish them. The helpless put their trust in you. You defend the orphans. Break the arms of these wicked, evil people. Go after them until the last one is destroyed.
Yeah, that's why the scripture also tells you the pride of thine heart that deceived thee. You know, because he feels as if he's untouchable. You know, oh, the Lord ain't looking. Look at how much damage I did into this point. You know, hey, forget just slavery. You know, forget just stripping them of their heritage. Hey, look at the conditions I have them in today, man. You know, now I have it to the point where, hey, I don't even have to do any wickedness.
I have the eating out of the palm of my hand.
Exactly.
Yeah, literally.
He's trained, hey, like Spirit we was watching last night, you know, little documentary on Diddy wicked ass. Hey, but more importantly, look at who trained him to be that way, man. You know, it took niggas to make a nigga, man. You know, he didn't just come up with this behavior himself. He learned to do it because it was done unto him. You know? So same with this whole pharmaceutical industry and the rest of the wickedness that Esau's doing. You know, Jake perpetuates it because one, it's all they know, but he is force feeding it down your throat. You have no other choice. Yeah, we would like to eat clean. You know, you got all Jake and different Israelite camps talking about, well, we got land. Yeah, that's great. But at the end of the day, you can't escape what he's doing. The seeds you're eating are defective, man. You know, the water you're drinking is defective. It's on all levels. You can't escape it.
And he's still hitting your air over your land with them chemtrails.
Where do you get your water supply?
He's still hitting them water supply with the chemicals.
You're not producing your own fertilizer. Where do you get fertilizer?
This is Ezekiel 4 and verse 13. It says, and the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, whether I will drive them.
Yeah, and that's what it is, man. We're eating this defiled bread amongst the Gentiles. Even you trying to eat healthy is you still being messed up, man.
Yeah.
You know, things that are supposed to be naturally alkaline are just acidic, and then things that are supposed to be naturally acidic, they are alkaline, you know?
Right.
He has twisted everything up.
I don't know if Press, well, I'm sure everybody knows that movie, Soil and Green.
Yep.
You know? But it's pretty much like a documentary
Yes.
into the future. And that movie was based on this year, the time that we're living now. That the elite were fucking pretty much feeding us human meat.
Well, the brother said a thing to the chat about they selling basically meat that was the meat that was produced from human cells.
Yeah, people are now offering themselves when they die to basically be carved up into,
certain cells. They grow the cells in the laboratory, and then when they put some glue together and meat glue, and then put it, package it up real nice, a nice package to catch your eye, and shit, damn, the steak is high as hell. But this is half the price of that. We'll get that.
Talking about organ donors.
Yeah.
Because also what they do is they have chopped bits of meat, right? And then they sprinkle that chemical, that meat glue over, and then they wrap it up in some foil, and then it'll grow into a full thing of meat. How you get chopped meat from, getting to a full piece of meat. There's something wrong with that.
Yeah, 3D printed. You got more. You have some of that? You said yeah.
I got one too. I got one. Oh,
You got a couple other pieces.
Yeah, I got
I want, did you grab that one?
oh, the
Yeah, read.
which one is it? Which one
One
is
and
it?
9? Is that what you had?
What was it?
Wisdom Solomon 1 and 9?
Oh no, I got Wisdom Psalm 6.
Read. What did you have?
I got Micah 2 and 10, and also got Sirach 10 and 14.
Hold on. Yeah, read, y'all read that one. Go ahead and read.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 9. The intentions of the
GNT, right?
GNT.
Oh, yeah.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 1 and 9 and GNT. The intentions of the ungodly people will be closely examined. Their words will be reported to the Lord, and then they will get the punishment that their wickedness deserves.
See? So who's making that inquisition? We're down here making inquisition. Okay, the Lord's putting the Spirit on us to see this man, and he's been, like you brought up, we've noticing how he fits all the criteria of the man of sin, the wicked himself.
Right. We're testifying openly against him for all his crimes on the planet. We're openly bearing witness to his transgressions and wickedness, and even the angels that are guarding us as we're giving that testimony. I always used to say, man, we in witness protection. The angels is protecting us as we give our testimony out broadly and openly.
The Most High, and Yahweh Shai is the judge and the jury. And execution. Yeah. So,
That's why when we brought up the Mecca and the blessing he got, and no one could touch Cain and his descendants, which became the Edomites also, right? No one could touch this man, but Yahweh Shai. Okay, he has to come down and take him out. And so the inquisition that we're making isn't for us to do it. It said, "Wait ye upon me, for I will repay." Okay, so we have to wait on him. So you being a carnal trying to say, let's go do this and let's go do that. No, you still gotta wait and let the fullness of it come. He's gonna come on time, trust me. It may not be when you want.
And we didn't have to touch the Egyptians.
Yep.
The Lord dealt with the Egyptians.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, Canaanites. The Lord sent hornets and all kind of, the Lord can let the nature take his ass out. But we know how it's, ultimately according to prophecy, how the Lord's gonna do it. He's gonna come with that fire on his ass, man.
We don't even talk
Flame his ass up.
We don't even talk about that often. Of letting like the she bear did it, and there was those lions that ran through an African town or whatever. But we don't even talk about Leviathan.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to see what Edom.
That's Amos 9. Like, grab that.
I'm just saying, like
and basically, in other words, this devil is not going to escape. Everything that he's done, he's not going to be exonerated. He's not going to be able to escape. All right. Usually, in his own system, he can justify himself and get off, and not have to, experience no type of consequence whatsoever. He could get a slap on the wrist maybe here and there, but he could just walk through the earth and do what he do without consequence. But guess what? The scriptures say that the Lord will not acquit the wicked. So the Lord is already setting it up for your judgment anyway. That's why they're already trying to create their escape route now with these deep underground military bunkers, these luxurious underground shelters, and so on and so forth. Space stations, because they're trying to plan their escape route.
I want to add one more thing to those that they're adding to those space stations and underground bunkers. The ability to freeze their consciousness. Okay, they want their consciousness to survive. So they put it right into a robot or something, or whatever.
Yeah, like on that movie Transcendent.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp.
I gotta put it back here real quick. Ecclesiasticus 16:12. As his mercy is great, so is his correction also. He judges a man according to his works. The sinner shall not escape with his spoils, and the patience of the godly shall not be frustrated.
Yeah. You're not gonna get away with everything that you done. And plus, everything that you accumulated to yourself is really a witness against you. That you didn't basically hunt it and destroyed and plundered the entire earth for you to get those possessions into your hand. And now it's actually, it's basically, all your riches is really a receipt against you.
How'd you get that?
How'd you get that? Why is it found in your hands?
Yeah.
I gave you this and this, but you got all of this. Where you get all that from? I know where I know where you got it from.
I know how you got it.
I know how you got it. There's blood all over.
With that increasing habits and stuff.
There's all type of blood all over. You got blood traces to everything that you own.
Hey, the elite, in their own mind, they're hoping there is no God. You know? They're hoping that how about outside forgot.
You didn't really know.
Forgot about his creation.
Yeah. Forgot about his chosen.
Yeah.
And he can never, the Lord said he can never forsake us. Count the stars.
Sand in the sea.
Sand in the sea.
Stars in heaven.
Stars in heaven. Someone has one.
I got one.
Yeah, he never read that.
This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, in the GMT. It says, so then, you kings, off the top, it says, so then, you kings, you rulers the world over, listen to what I say and learn from it. You govern many lands and are proud that so many people are under your rule.
You got all these, like it says in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. He gave unto him all nations, all people to himself. So you're happy that everybody's up under your pyramid, so to speak. You sit at the top of that pyramid, overseeing everybody else. You want to be the head and everybody else be the tail. And that's what this whole system, this digital Tower Battle is really all about. Or make sure I got the oversight over every moving thing. Or make sure I'll be able to dish out and distribute what I want to everybody that I have surveillance over. But me, I'm gonna sit at the top of that and I'm gonna have everything.
And no one can bring me down from my pinnacle.
Yeah, I'm here to stay.
Yeah, let them fight against each other. Let them blame one another.
Yeah.
I'm behind the curtain.
Right.
All public.
Like in that, what was that purge? Was it Anarchy? You had that rich family that was in the background.
Oh,
up in the thing, while they had everybody fighting
Each other, yeah.
Yeah, that's.
Is that an election?
I think it was either election year or anarchy, one of those two. But yeah, man, that's how they roll. They're gonna have the world basically fighting over scraps, while they done hoarded everything to themselves. Go ahead.
It says, you govern many lands and are proud that so many people are under your rule. But this authority has been given to you by the Lord Most High Yahweh.
Yeah, because he rules in the kingdom of men and sets up over it whom he will, even the basis of men. And that's what Esau, he's still with his pride, he still can't rationalize that. And nigga, you didn't put yourself in power. You didn't elevate yourself to this status. The Lord put you there. Because he's going to make an example out of you. Right?
It says, he will examine what you have done and what you plan to do.
Yeah, everything that you've done since you came out of the bottomless pit. From the time of the Renaissance, the time of the conquest.
Conquest of the world.
Yeah. You taking the new world, what you've done to the Lord's people, whitewashing the images, Renaissance. Yeah, lied about everything and pretty much took over, man. And you put the world in debt with a fraudulent banking system. It's just man, only the Lord knows, man,
How deep it is.
how
right?
deep it goes.
Man.
We could be out here all night and just only scratch the surface, man.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why his demise is going to be that much more severe.
It's well deserved.
Yeah.
You know?
But yeah, we're the hate group. They're going to present us like we're the worst thing on the face of the planet for bringing this out.
All the shit we've been talking about, that ain't hate.
Yeah.
You know, from the PFAS to the money system,
Yeah.
debt. You know, how you wage war in the world, killed innocent people.
Yeah.
That ain't hate.
What's that quote?
It's a revolutionary act.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hates the Most High. You hate the Most High that you want to be. You hate him so much that you're trying to be him. You're trying to put yourself in position of him.
And there have been rulers. Majority of the rulers that rule the world had that complex, but nowhere near Esau. Not like this devil.
Because at least you had the Tyree.
Yeah.
They were good in commerce. They were skilled in trade.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they had a certain intelligence. They got proud, but they don't hold a candle to Esau, man.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Nebuchadnezzar, he was super proud. You know, because they had the Magi, they had the Chaldeans, so on and so forth. They had their wise men.
Left-hand magic.
Left-hand Magi.
Where it seemed like it was miracles.
Yeah.
Oh, these guys, damn, he did that, he did this. How'd he do that? And people are mesmerized by that. The devil gonna do the same thing.
Or Tyree, they didn't try to go up to the moon. They didn't create genetically modified organisms.
Yeah.
They didn't gene edit.
Right.
Splice.
Yeah. They didn't set up a bunch of laboratories
Eugenics.
just to create diseases and spread it amongst people.
Yeah, no, this. Right.
Yeah. Control, population control. They wasn't doing that.
They didn't have a Bill Gates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that earlier. I think he might have got that 15% he was thinking about. If we do really good with vaccine, you know.
Or the TED Talk.
Yeah, the TED Talk.
TED Talk.
I think we do really good. We can get about 15% off the planet with that.
Always
Get that
word
down.
salads, you know,
Yeah.
to confuse you. But in reality, they're saying the population, man.
Yeah. What is it? How many people in the world now? 9 billion? And they want to get rid of what? 8.5 billion people? That's their target goal.
There's still more here. It says, but this authority has been given to you by the Lord Most High Yahweh. He will examine what you have done and what you plan to do. You rule on behalf of God and His kingdom. And if you do not govern justly, if you do not uphold the law, if you do not live according to God's will, you will suffer sudden and terrible punishment.
Man.
Judgment is especially severe on those in power.
Yep.
Common people may be mercifully forgiven for their wrongs, but those in power will face a severe judgment.
Yep, and that's why the Lord's going to have it to where Babylon's going to get the worst end of the judgment. Because Babylon did most of the dishing out of most of this wickedness. You know? Monsanto is based right here. Big Pharma is based right here. You know?
Because a lot of times, like, they don't allow a lot of that. They don't allow none of that shit in these other countries.
Nope.
GMOs and the Monsanto shit. You know, it's mainly, like you said, it's headquartered here.
Right here.
I got a quick one. This is the
So like just the overall demonic influence of the world is based right here in Babylon. The scriptures refer to America as the mistress of witchcrafts,
Mother of harlots.
the mother of harlots, abominations of the earth. You know? So that's why the judgment is going to be that much more severe on this place.
this is book of Nahum chapter 3, and it's talking about Nineveh, you know, but we know that this place is pretty much modeled after
Spiritual
these ancient kingdoms, these wicked kingdoms, you know. It's verse 19. It's chapter 3, verse 19. It says, "There is no healing of thy bruise. Thy wound is grievous. All that hear the bruit of thee shall clap their hands over thee. For upon whom hath not thy wickedness passed continually?"
There it is. Oh, get the one in Second Esdras. I believe it's the fifth chapter. Well, your wickedness done spread abroad, man. That's why the nations were mad, you know, when the wine of her fornication, it led to nations being mad. You recently had I don't know what country that was in, but basically it made headlines because our father and his son, which was the brother to the female, they were supposed to do a public stoning. And they was gonna do it like literally in a damn stadium. You know, because she didn't want to wear the hijab. She wanted to basically live like the Babylonian woman. You know, don't want to be modest, want to, you know, show her body off and move like these sluts here in America. And they was like, no, we don't tolerate that here.
These
They
nations
go under Sharia law over there.
These nations know that America is corrupt. You know, I saw a video. They were pranking their father. He was like Nigerian, and I guess he called his dad by his first name. And it was like the son was joking, and the father said, "This country has corrupted you," you know. And they were just going in, but it was a prank. But just the thought, that's how these nations think. Yeah, this is like these nations know that this place is wicked as hell. That's why you're gonna see a lot of these nations that are here. They're gonna be packing up shop and leaving. Like, man, this you know, a lot. What is it? The nations are mad. You know, meaning the nations are sobering up from the Babylonian wine. They're not with this shit, you know, especially when they start bringing that, you know, try to incorporate that PDF shit in the LG. You know,
America's just, it's not attractive anymore. You know, it's a prostitute, man. It gets to a point where she's just fucking too worn out. She's old.
Like an old prostitute. Yeah, man.
She don't look good.
You ain't got it no more.
She ain't in the prime.
You running the risk of catching some shit, getting in bed with her. You know?
Yeah.
So that's where this place is at right now. And she's trying to bring it back for glory days.
Just trying to go get a what's that shit? BBL. Just trying to get a BBL, get some fillers and shit.
That's what Make America Great Again means. You know, let's make it how it was when this place was attractive to the world. When they believed all our bullshit and they wanted to make all kinds of deals with us.
You want us to get that Ciroc 10 and 5 and 10 credits out? In second episode 5 and 10? Yeah. You can read it.
This is
To
second.
go along with what he just read in Nahum, with, you know, where haven't their wickedness gone, right? Basically, the influence of this wicked place. Go ahead.
This is Second Esdras 5 and 10. And shall be sought of many, and yet not be found. Then shall unrighteousness, incontinency,
which is basically a lack of self-restraint or self-control. Which that's, you know, here in America, it's all about acting on your lust here. It's promoted here heavily. You know, you can become damn near a YouTube sensation or a star by that behavior.
So right back into that example you mentioned with that woman, or that she pretty much was a woman, not wanting to wear the hijab. That hijab for women is a symbol of your self-restraint, your modesty, and of you, being considerate of those characteristics of a woman.
It's showing respect for your family, your family name.
Before she get a husband, she represents her father, man.
Right.
She's his possession, right?
Yeah, that's really an ancient garment for a woman.
Yeah.
If you read the history of Susanna, she had the head covering and the veil. You know?
And the different head coverings and veils represent whether this woman's married, whether she's a virgin, betrothed. It basically represents her status sometimes.
Yeah, them Ishmaelites do it wrong. They all black and shit. They go back to Saturn. Worship of Saturn and shit. All black. That's the Islam bullshit.
But it is an ancient custom of the East.
And shall be sought of many and yet not be found, then shall unrighteousness and incontinency be multiplied upon earth.
I think it's a little more.
One land also shall ask another and say, is righteousness that maketh a man righteous gone through thee? And it shall say no.
It shall say no. No. Yeah, man. It's oversaturated with ungodly behavior. Majority of these people, 10 times out of 10, they're walking in. They got Satan on them. Most of these people in this world that we encounter every day, they got Satan on them.
Oh, yeah.
And some of them can appear like they cool people.
They will be cool to that trigger.
Yeah.
Whatever that is.
Get 'em.
Yeah,
It
man.
could be alcohol, it could be smoking something, it could be a cigarette.
Because they all under some type of influence. They under some type of medication. They own something, and then they got a lot of programming. You know, the music is putting spirits on them. The foods that they eat putting spirits on them. They're waking up to a demonic frequency every day. So these people are just bugged out over here. Watching TV. Yeah, watching these.
The foods they eat.
Yeah, these televised programs. You know, where they're trying to groom these children up. Yep. Putting it in the cartoons and shit. Yep. So that's the reason why, like going back to what your brother read, this place gonna have a severe judgment. It's too wicked.
The only way to cleanse this place is by the blood, killing, what is it, shedding the blood of it that shed blood.
And burn it.
Burn it up to where it ain't happening. It's just like when you look at ancient Sodom and Gomorrah, that had to go because that can't be like, man, I remember the spirit that went on here. It can't be like that no more. This place has to go out for the same reason. That spirit that this place has to it, the lawlessness, lack of moral restraint, was published and pushed here so heavily. It's a spirit on this place now. It has to be burned to where none of this is here. Imagine if they left the Statue of Liberty up. Like the Statue of Liberty survived. Right. Or you know, stuff like that. That Mount Rushmore survived. You know what I'm saying? They come here and they start remembering what went on here.
The spirit of unrighteous, wicked society is have to be eliminated from earth. Where you'll never, after this place goes down, you'll never have an unrighteous, wicked society ever. Because the kingdom of heaven will be established. And these other kings and the other nations will be under us. So they'll learn righteousness. Yes, they'll know, not to do honor the land Sabbath. They'll know not to commit adultery. They know not to eat abominable foods.
We're gonna govern their minds.
Yeah. They'll know not to just throw toxic waste in the fucking ocean.
Shit at each other.
Yeah.
The Beetle mics over
Yeah.
there, man.
You'll know not to keep a cow is not sacred.
Right.
You know.
And neither is their poop.
You what?
Neither is their poop. Elon, they got national shit going on. No, seriously.
That's gotta be correct.
I found another one, right? It says Muslim dad and son allegedly drowns teen over Western lifestyle, refusing to wear a headscarf. Another one.
Where was that at?
Newsweek, right?
This is from Fox News. It says Dutch prosecutors demanded Friday that a Muslim father and his two sons face up to 25 years in prison for allegedly drowning an 18-year-old family member because they believe her Western behavior was bringing shame to the family.
Now let me say something, right? All things are lawful, but all things are not expedient. But they did a righteous thing.
Right.
They did a righteous thing.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna, if the child, the scriptures literally say, if your child will not go without having them, take them to the elders, present them before them, and then they get stoned.
Deuteronomy 21.
Yeah.
Like we're not mad at him,
No.
but we're not saying go ahead and do that, but we're not mad at him. You know? Hey,
They probably moved to the Netherlands, and that's different from where they from.
Yeah, but I think both of them was in places that wasn't in their natural homeland.
Yeah.
It says authorities said her male relatives, who come from what they describe as a strict Islamic family, allegedly killed her after believing she was behaving too Western in the eyes of her family. Al Najjar was
Y'all think
reportedly.
TikTok challenges and shit.
Yeah.
Twerking, you know.
Shit. They put hella makeup on and shit.
Well, it says,
Eyelashes or something.
it's for the same.
Some brothers.
It says was reportedly targeted after refusing to wear a headscarf in public-like settings. The immediate cause of her death appears to be a live video on TikTok showing her without a headscarf and wearing makeup. The prosecutor said Friday the video seriously embarrasses the family, according to their post, as it does not fit within their traditional views.
So now her value, she's been, she was in Babylon for, I think you brought up about Mia Khalifa, the porn star or whatever.
Yeah.
She can't even really go back no more.
Never.
Like, as soon as she lands,
As soon as she lands.
make it out there,
Hell,
baggage claim.
pilot might get her ass.
Right? But the point is, in our ancient custom even, but in a lot of their customs as well, your family name is held and your lineage is held by how you keep your family. The chasteness of your daughters and the valiancy or the morality of your sons. Okay, those things are held in high regard, with their gods or whatever. But that's something that should be honored. But instead, this place tells you, oh, you free, go do it. Look, they had a slut walk of proud women.
This is Deuteronomy 23, verse 17. It reads,
Right, because we're supposed to be the standard of righteousness upon the earth. That's said the scripture. And what Yahweh Shemashah is doing is to where we're going to be in that state once again, in the kingdom to come, man. As the law is going to be written within our inward parts, we're not going to have to teach each other as neighbor. From the least to the greatest shall know what the scripture says, man.
this is Deuteronomy 23, verse 17. It says, there shall be no whore whore of the daughter of Israel, nor sodomite of sons of Israel.
Right, so there shall be no whore amongst the daughters of Zion, and no sodomite amongst the sons. So look at the state that Jake is in today. All you see is a bunch of whores and faggots, man.
every girl got a gay best friend.
Yeah, exactly. Right? But this family in particular seen that their daughter was leading down that same pathway, man. To where she was forgetting her traditional values and becoming a Babylonian man. So they were sick of it and essentially took power into their own hands to bring forth a judgment on her. And like we said, we're not condoning what he did, but according to the scriptures, it was a righteous act.
They would have been punished had they did it in their native country.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Where they're sovereign and they go by those strict laws. She knew, and that's why a lot of them leave and come over here, right? To avoid that.
It's like, it's a wicked society because the scripture says evil men understand not judgment.
And then
That's-
bring. Go ahead. No, you good.
I was just gonna read these up together.
I want to go ahead.
No, no, no.
I want to read a precept to back up what you said about the names. Actually, two precepts. Ecclesiastes 7:1. A good name is better than precious ointment, and the day of death is, and the day of death than the day of one's birth.
Now their purpose has been fulfilled. It's better to see it. It's better the end of it than the beginning.
And then Proverbs 22:1. So a good name is rather to be chosen than great riches, and a loving favor rather than silver and gold. Just going back to how the father was, was shamed because of the daughter.
She pretty much put herself out there.
Yeah.
She was basically shameless. And when a lot of these women, when they get on social media, they'll just cut to the chase. It's all for advertisement. They're trying to sell themselves. They're trying to get recognition, attention. Because they want men to lust after.
They trying to catch a nigga's eye, somebody's eye.
I got a quick read.
Real quick, even when they're just advertising and they're not really about that life.
Yeah.
But we know everybody is a step. Everybody, the highest bidder will eventually get it anyway.
It's almost like an invitation.
Yeah.
Not directly, but if someone happens to say, someone with some status happens to say, "Hey, you cute," or say anything at the end, that's an invitation for her to commit adultery. If she has a man,
What you call it?
So like 42.
42.
Maybe like around
I got this quick read.
the
Oh, I'm
8th or
sorry.
9th verse.
And this is Proverbs 10:7, and it reads, "The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot."
Yep, and decay away, right? So that's why it's important that you hold. Fast, and hold it in. What did it say about the daughter?
Oh, I got it right here.
Keep her head straight.
I had Sirach 26:10 in the GNT. If your daughter is determined to have her own way, keep a close watch on her.
Hey, hold on, because this society it teaches these women in so-called empowerment. What is that empowerment? For her to be able to do what she want to do.
You can walk through
Go however way she wants to go. That's empowering to these women to be able to decide, make her own decisions. Put on and wear what she want to wear when she's in public. Without being shamed. You have that, stop shaming, no shaming culture here in the West. Being sensitive. You got what they call social justice warriors, the woke people. You can't shame, you can't body shame, or you can't slut shame.
She's exposed, has her body exposed, but then gets mad when she goes to a group of men and gets broke. Yeah, catcall. Yeah.
You listen and don't judge.
Yeah.
But you know what's crazy? They can't do that shit in India.
Hell no.
The India, they don't care. They
Beat the shit
grab
out.
your ass, grab your titties, or whatever. Them men,
That Edomite chick that went out
Yeah.
there.
The lights went out, the camera
They
went
bum
out.
rushed her ass.
bum
But somebody may read that article. I mean, obviously, a westernized mind will read that article and think that's fucking insane. Why would they hurt her, kill her for not wanting to wear a headscarf? But it's the principle behind it. So, as that, in that custom, which is really our custom, the only one that's supposed to see a woman's hair is her husband.
Yeah. We've been in America too long. Been in America way too freaking long. And even certain Israelites, they're Westernized. Captain of Zodiac, he's a Western nigga. He's not Eastern at all. There's nothing ancient or Eastern about these other emotionalized Israelite camps. Because when it's time to go into it, these guys they get emotional. You niggas are still Americanized in heart, man.
It's still demons, still Gentiles.
Yeah.
Finishing off Sirach 26, verse 10. If your daughter is determined to have her own way, keep a close watch on her. If you don't, she'll take advantage of any chance she gets.
Yep.
If she is too self-willed, be on guard and don't be surprised if she disappoints you.
Exactly. that's why a lot of these women here, they don't have fathers in the house. They're the wildest. They ain't got no direction. They ain't receive no discipline.
The example they're seeing is not good.
It's not good.
And when she gets to a certain age, where her mama can't control her no more. Around that age of 6th, 7th grade, her and her mom start clashing. You know.
You see, these women on the other side, they kind of envy the liberty that these women on this side have. They want to be able to. It's kind of like that curiosity. You know, like it must be nice.
It appears to be nice.
It looks very attractive.
Yeah, it looks attractive.
They missed all the
It looks like it's a bunch of fun the way the Americans have it. Now realizing over here it's all fucked up.
And
The
nobody
disease, the fucking HIV rates. All right, the STD rates, the abortion rates,
Single family
households. Y'all don't have that problem over there because of the strict laws that y'all keep.
The loneliness that the women face here.
Yeah.
Hey,
The depression, high level depression,
the economic disparities.
the domestic abuse.
The feeling of not having a man in the home, not being secure in your own household.
anxiety.
Yeah, anxiety.
Yeah, if you're a woman trying to slow down at 35, 40, the men that you want, they know that your
Time's up.
Facts, it's fucking, you
Whole
know?
facts.
Salvage.
The miles is up.
Yeah. Salvage, rebranded. You know, multiple accidents.
Multiple owners, man.
Somebody, this is a total down there.
Yeah, rebuild title.
Rebuild most.
I got a quick brief. This is Sirach 25, verse 25. It says, verse 21. It says, stumble not at the beauty of a woman, and desire her not for pleasure.
Hey, man, even going to the ancient custom in the book of Deuteronomy, 22nd chapter, man. You know what the scriptures say? Hey, once you do that, you can't put her away, man. So you know, getting that energy over you and taking that woman, so to speak. Hey, you have no clue what her qualities are, man, or why she's even out there. You know.
Most of these women on this side, especially here in Babylon, I mean, there's so many videos every day, daily, on YouTube showing how, you know, a lot of these men, they're realizing that these women don't have nothing to show for them on this side.
Yeah.
This is why they're pretty much against marriage in America. All right, because these women, they don't really have anything to offer outside of their what's between their legs.
Right. Yeah, to land back, if you seen the video that the elder Amwan Gabar uploaded on his channel, basically about that younger woman, she's probably like 19, 20 years, whatever it was.
Yeah.
You know, hey, even in that, man, you know, that was great talking. It sounded nice. But at the end of the day, if that woman ain't a virgin, she ain't following what she talking about. You know, me and the brother was speaking about that earlier. Yeah, she has the right mindset as far as speaking it. Hey, but where's her man at? She should already have a man, honestly.
Right. A lot of these women say the right things when they know it's a camera around.
Exactly.
Think about the details of the situation. She's out there by herself doing the interview. Of course she gonna say the right thing.
You had what's that one chick? She be on online, like she go live, and she be, you know, getting on the women. She talking to the women like this is the reason why men don't want you. It's like on some I think her name is Danica or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, that bitch.
You know what I'm talking about? She talk a real good one, man. But I'm like,
Nobody believe that.
the way you be dressing and advertising yourself in all your videos, hell no.
Nobody read all the time.
Sometimes she'll wear her natural hair, and then sometimes she'll put that in too. But you could just tell all these women is full of shit.
Oh yeah.
They all full of shit, man.
Women ain't gonna get
And they're grifting just like the men are. That's all they're doing, pandering. Getting the following. That cooking with Kaya chick, that was all just for. It was just for the moment. It was 15 minutes, and then once that dried out, when men start to figure her out, her ass have to go to Dubai and drink and eat shit and piss. Get shitted on.
She had a man.
Yeah, she had a
She actually had a man. Hey, but the way she was talking to her, talking down on him, you know, because she was in that position of, you know, making money, higher on the social class, so to speak.
She starts splurging with that money instead of investing, right? And she blew through that money, and men stopped supporting her ass because that was where her main source of income was from men supporting her and watching her. Most men saw through her deception and her bullshit. That money started drying. So she turned into a damn porta potty.
What's the lady name? Something Shabazz. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, what is it?
Sherzad Ali.
That lady, the older, right? The older one with the little Queen Latifah hat and shit. She actually talks from a place that you believe her.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, she came from that generation.
Right.
Where you still have women that were traditional. Yeah, well, the younger chicks, the new age, modern females, they attacked her.
Yeah.
And she was trying to instill those values and try to save these bitches, and they didn't want to hear it.
Right away. You still can't trust her. Is she married? I don't know. I never seen her husband with her. But the videos I do see, you know.
But somebody has to say something.
I don't know too much about her background.
And I'm just saying that you can tell the difference in the sincerity. Now my point to make is somebody has to tell these women that's gonna listen to get in line. The problem is there's not another woman that can do it. It has to be your man that does it. And when that doesn't work, it'll be fear that does it.
It takes the men.
Right. And it'll be
the women already they've been conquered. The women are conquered, so it takes for the men. You know? And right now, men are regaining, they're trying to regain that respect. They're taking back that power. And basically, these women are starting to see that the silence of men is getting so louder than ever.
That's why fear.
And they're feeling that shit. They
that's
like, oh,
shit. Why fear.
They ain't never been like this before.
Yeah. Fear is going to be the thing that they can't ignore. They can play all of that. Well, I'll just go and do this and trick off whatever they thinking. Passport sisters or whatever sisters, whatever they want to do. You try all that shit, but at the end of the day, the fears was gonna make you really make the changes.
Yeah, when all hell breaks loose in the streets.
That's what's going to
Street
change. But get what y'all was gonna get, but I call for Ciroc 42 because dealing with why that the Muslim father did what he did. You know.
All right, this Ciroc 42. And verse 9, it says, the father waketh for the daughter, when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep.
Yeah, knowing where your daughter is at, instead of her just, for example, you always see the older movies, the 80s, 90s movies, the daughter getting on the roof from her bedroom window, and there's a nigga up there with her, and they're talking and smoking, whatever the case is, or her jumping off the house, and rolling with him, that'll mess up the mind of a man,
Snowfall.
Snowfall, yeah, I was thinking about that.
Andre,
Cop.
He was a cop. Like, he didn't want his daughter associated with that nigga.
Yeah. Most things with fucking movies.
Hell yeah, it's not that.
But you think about it, the father, he kind of did that because he loved his daughter, because he saw what it was going to bring. He saw, like, damn, if I don't put this bitch out of misery, it's going to be even that much worse a year, 5 years down the line.
Yeah.
She's going to be...
Yeah, it's going to ruin what I invested in.
Exactly. She's going to end up doing OnlyFans. Imagine?
Yeah.
That's why you hear a lot of quote-unquote good girls being with the bad guy, so to speak. Here it is, the father took all that time to instill morals and some type of foundation with her, just for a nigga to uproot it, man, and put a baby in it.
She's going to run into a Diddy, bro.
Cassie and the other one made me think of.
Can you imagine being Cassie's father?
Right. What's the other one? Rihanna. Wasn't her first album Good Girl Gone Bad? It's a song you want to.
You hear about the Rihanna story? How man, they just flew her to wherever, just like that. It was. She was done. She was tainted, like through. Within the less than 48 hours.
Hollywood got her on the plane.
Hey, remember years ago, a Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh yeah, Montana.
Yeah, Montana. All bad. But hey, he it was almost as if he was just like, man, I don't even have a daughter.
Yeah.
You almost
He
gotta
didn't
be
even,
like
he
that.
didn't even, he didn't even claim it.
You almost gotta be like that.
Because you
That ain't
can't,
finna- yeah, that ain't
you
finna-
can't execute
we
the
ain't
law.
finna take my
Yeah,
name.
yeah. We gotta read. Yeah, let's do that. 'Cause I want that.
Finish that.
I want that 7th chapter.
It says, the father waketh for the daughter when no man knoweth, and the care for her taketh away sleep. When she is young, lest she pass away the flower of her age, and being married, lest she should be hated.
What's
That
the
she
flower?
should be hated.
Right, kind of.
Period.
It's like I was about to,
Flower
I was
related,
about to
flower
have you
related.
Yeah, because at that time, you know, when she passed her flower, she's matured into adulthood.
She's bloomed into a
She's-
full
yeah.
grown woman.
Yeah, the bloom. You know, she blossomed.
Right.
She developed. She got, you know, curves now. She got hips, breasts now. Child, yeah, you know. And that's why they strict with the dress code. Like, hey, by the time she 12, 13, hey, really as a little girl, but even when you go into that stage, when she's developed, that's when you really better be covered.
Hey, make sure your brother go with you.
Yeah.
Make sure someone's going with you to the store or whatever.
It's gonna be grown ass men that's gonna be they're gonna be on it.
Oh yeah, coming right back to that. You was talking about the hijab, right? The hijab is like a shield for women.
Yeah.
It was a study done. This woman, she was walking down. I believe it was in New York. She was walking down the street with no hijab on. You know, she was a piece of meat. All the dudes that see her was like, "Yo, stop," you know.
Soon as she put that on.
Everybody look her way.
bro. And that's the thing. It's like, how many niggas, man? How many niggas have you seen back on a girl in a hijab? You've never seen it. You've never seen a group of niggas go get on to or go try to talk to a group of women in hijabs, man.
Well, it was a chick at a gym. She had on like a long loose garment, like a garment type of skirt thing that went down to her feet. She was in the gym working out in that.
Yeah.
With a covering.
Yeah.
And in the comment section, it was nothing but females just fucking just going in on her. She wasn't getting no attention from the dudes in there, but the females in the comment section, they was tearing her up.
One of my gym like that.
Yeah.
I think she might be Israeli though. Said it, you know, get this shit,
Yeah.
right? But she covers up like that.
Yeah.
You can see she might, you know.
She might have something
have
down. Well, yeah.
But your imagination got to
Exactly. But it's a nigga deterrent, you know, because
Right.
Jake isn't thinking past
Exactly.
the ass.
No.
You know,
Jake is
we, you know, us when we the way our mindset is geared towards the scriptures and even looking at women, you know, we're like, okay, where's her mind at? For her to wear that or want to wear it, you know, wear it out publicly, okay, her mind has to be in a different place. She knows that she don't want to be looked at just as a physical, you know, item, so to speak.
And so it makes you think if this woman has on leggings with the long workout little thing that come way down to her knees where you can't see that, all this is covered up. She got the in the long sleeve. She's in there working out. And she, you know, she's sweating and stuff, whatever. She's in there working. Nobody gets no money. Why two stations over? I'm just down there in the bikini. So, you know, with the little shorts or whatever, you know, and she got half neck. What's the purpose of it? Oh, it's hot. Fuck out of here. That misconception takes me.
It's hotter over there in Saudi Arabia.
And they cover
They
up.
super covered.
And they're wearing the dark colors.
right. Because it's covered up, but it's like it's thin, so it's still breathable.
Right.
Like a silk. But you know, like to your point, the nigga sees a woman in the hijab. Niggas when they look, they're not looking for a wife. They just looking for something to pop.
When they see that.
You know, when they see that. You know, you see what
Back in Sirach 42, it says, in her virginity, lest she should be defiled and gotten with child in her father's house, and having a husband, lest she should misbehave herself, and when she is married, lest she should be buried. Keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter.
Keep a watch over a shameless daughter. You'll see these chicks, they'll be on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, and right when they get to twerking, you'll see the father come in there, kick the door in, and come in there and start just wailing on her ass, man.
Or you see the bitch twerking and the son come in there like, no, stop, or you know, or what you doing, mom, or you know, how fucking embarrassing is that? Only our people too, man. You know. Yesterday, and the son was like embarrassed and telling the dude to back up off his mom.
You should have been the father should have.
Yeah.
She ain't gonna do that when her husband is. If she had a husband.
Yeah. And the dad was whipping the kid's ass, the daughter's ass, and they was getting mad at the pops. Right. But if she goes out and does that and gets raped.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right. And then you can't hold her accountable here. You know, because you're victim shaming. That's why this place gotta it gotta pass away. So to avoid having to deal with the fallout from their daughter being ruined by Western culture and the Babylonian wine, they just took her out. They drowned her like, man, hey, just go. Just go back to the spiritual.
What if
that's gonna they tainted you.
I'm sure that happened after many warnings.
Right.
What if he had other daughters? That shit could have rubbed off on the rest of the daughters.
Like the younger ones, yeah.
Right, and influenced them to do that shit. That's why he got rid of her ass, probably.
That Queen Vashti spirit.
Fine. There's a Sirach 7, and I'm gonna start here at 22. It says, "Hast thou cattle? Have an eye to them, and if they be for thy profit, keep them with thee. Hast thou children? Instruct them and bow down their neck from their youth. Hast thou daughters? Have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful toward them. Marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter."
Hey, get that responsibility off.
Marry thy daughter, meaning the husband is supposed to pick the daughter's the father is supposed to pick the husband. And that makes all the sense in the world, because if a man wants to marry this man's daughter, he's gonna sit down with him, they're gonna talk, and the father's gonna be able to gauge this guy's spirit. You know, he's gonna, where's your family from? Where's your father's from?
What's your 5-year plan?
Right. Yeah. And then he can gauge, okay, if he's going to give the individual the blessing or not. Like, man, you know what? You ain't the one, man. You know, or I give you the blessing.
Like him, I know you do, but he ain't got it.
Well, they showed a glimpse of that in that Bad Boys movie. When Martin, he didn't like his daughter's boyfriend. You know, but then he ultimately proved himself in that basketball. By showing him to protect him.
Make a spin off of Rick.
Should have his own.
They made a spin up?
They said he secretly stole the shit off that movie.
Reggie was eating, man.
I wanted to say a woman never belongs to herself. Right. She either have her father's last name or her husband's last name. Which is a form of possession with that last name.
Transfer of
You
property.
would name your cattle. You would brand your cattle for yourself. Hey, no, not to tie it away from what we're talking about. No different what this man trying to do to the bride. He trying to put his brand or his stamp and his last name of the beast on us.
His number.
Yep. But going back to that point, right?
No, but also to add to that, even in the law, if a woman, if she vowed a vow to the Most High, the father, if she's in the father's house, he can disannul it if he doesn't agree with it. Right? But if she's under the husband can disannul it if he doesn't agree with it.
So she might just say some wild shit and make a promise to the Most High that she can't even keep because she don't fully understand.
She got to go. It goes through her father. It goes through her man. It goes through the order. You know, the Most High, Abishai, the man, and the woman.
So ultimately, the daughter that got killed by her Muslim dad, she was basically when you go into our law, when it says honor thy father and thy mother, she wasn't doing it. She insisted on doing what the hell she wanted to do, just like these American whores. They don't respect authority. The only authority that they really respect is the serpent. That's it. The Edomite, the government, the state, or their employer. That's the only entity she'll be loyal to and be obedient to. But as far as men, she don't respect it. Yep.
It is back in Sirach 7, verse 25. It says, marry thy daughter, and so shalt thou have performed a weighty matter, but give her to a man of understanding. Hast thou a wife after thy mind? Forsake her not, but give not thyself over to a light woman. And this is 27. It says, honor thy father with thy whole heart, and forget not the sorrows of thy mother.
That's it. You're supposed to honor your father and your mother too. You know, but especially if you've been instructed, and your household, you have those values and customs and principles, that make up your household. You don't veer from that. You don't veer from that. Then you're sabotaging the family's name and legacy.
Just honoring your father, his father.
Yeah, just imagine that you all these generations, and then your generation coming in, and fuck this whole family tree and what we represent and what they died from, died over, died for.
Yeah.
What they build, what they
Coming to America.
That's an example. Key example.
That's it. Movie Coming to America. One of them got a little harlot, ran through chick from Queens. Around the way girl from Queens. LL then ran through her and did the curl.
Dishonor the family because, what about the man whose daughter that was from birth presented to for a king, for the prince?
I always try to remember her name. Ever since she was born.
Vanessa.
Yeah, I know her real name. Anyway. Yeah, her. That was the one.
Yeah, more in verse 11.
You was done with that?
There was still more in that too. Get your verse in.
This verse 28. Remember that thou was begotten of them, and how canst thou repay, or it's like a recompense them, the things that they have done for thee.
Protecting you through your life, building up the culture, building up the moral standard, and everything that needs to be, especially according to the family name, going back to the brother read earlier in Ecclesiastes 7, keeping that good name.
Back in Sirach 42.
And listen, we're not co-signing Islam. We don't follow Islam. The hell with Islam.
Islam stole some of our ideas and culture.
But a lot of it is you find similarities because they're of an Abrahamic faith. They're sons of Abraham, just like we are. So that's why they have the similar customs. But we don't deal with Islam. But we're just basically
showing you how tainted Babylon has been.
The influence that Babylon.
The influence that Babylon has on the world. Right? Well, you can go back.
Back in Sirach 42, verse 11, it says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies.
See, like shit like that. Like, I don't know if y'all heard that. And that's all over Babylon. Chicks will be out here just running wild, man. They be liquored up, yelling, woo, and let's get wasted,
flashing the tits,
flashing their breast out, twerking on top of moving cars.
These street interviews where they're downtown, they're already liquored up. They're airing out all their fucking abominations. They had fucking, I just slept with 10 dudes in one day.
We listen, but we don't judge. What's the new one that they had? They had another one that As we listen, we don't judge. There's somebody in this car that has, and they say some weird shit out in the field with their friends. That's the shit that they're doing. And it be all women that's out on some fucked up shit. My man's little brother is really my child. It's have wild ass crazy shit. You know, I slept with my boyfriend's daddy.
Like some truth, dare shit or whatever that shit called.
It says, keep a sure watch over a shameless daughter, lest she make thee a laughingstock to thine enemies, and a byword in the city, and a reproach among the people, and make thee ashamed before the multitude.
And make thee ashamed before the multitude. That's what it said in the article.
Congregation.
Hey, this father, he probably thinking that my family back in wherever they're from, they're gonna say, hey, you heard so and so's daughter?
Yeah. You heard about
You seen what she's been doing? How she been behaving over there ever since they moved over there? Damn, man, they gonna be shaking their head. I thought he had it under control. You know?
Can I bring this out real quick? 1 Corinthians 10 and 23. All things are lawful for me, but all things are not expedient. All things are lawful for me, but all things edify not. That's right. The reason I brought that up is, you know, the law is ancient. We can't enact those type of laws here in this society. You know, or your ass gonna go fucking be locked up under the prison. You know, so just to give some understanding, you know, of the law, of the Heavenly Father.
When it comes to the law, we gotta be like Lot when he was in Sodom. You're gonna be vexed. You're gonna be, you know, it's a vexing thing. You're gonna suffer spiritual agitation from all this ungodly behavior. You know, but at the same time, we saw what the Lord did. He's gonna avenge us. He's gonna bring total judgment to this world. You know, just because, you know, they seem to be, you know, everybody's doing what they want to do, and it seems like they're doing well. They prospering. They're living their best life in their wickedness. But you can't envy that. You know the Heavenly Father is a just judge.
Right.
There's that in Second Peter, I think the second chapter, where it says that He knows how to deliver the godly out of temptations, but to preserve the ungodly to the day of judgment to be punished. That's exactly what He's doing. So He's keeping these people alive for that very purpose.
That girl, Sophie Ring, made like 90 million in 2 years on OnlyFans. She, think about how many girls she's influenced to do the same thing, thinking they're gonna make that money. You know, there's girls who are like itching to turn 18 already just so they could make their OnlyFans. Because
what was her name?
Bad Baby.
Bad Baby.
As soon as she turned 18, she got on OnlyFans. She made $1 million in what?
In an hour.
Within I think the day that she got on and debuted, she made millions on OnlyFans. You know?
So
She ain't got no body.
That shit before she was 18, you know?
She still like a little girl to me.
Tearing that bitch up.
You know?
but it's these PDFs, people that they have fantasies dealing with little girls. And if you're a grown woman that comes off as a little girl, you're gonna sell.
Pay extra for that shit.
But that's the type of society we're living in, where that is applauded. That is a shameful act. Like that is applauded and cheered on.
Who owns OnlyFans?
Small hats. Small hats own all type of any pornographic, Pornhub, all of that shit. Small hats own it. They control that. It's a so-called rabbi that owns Pornhub.
That's crazy.
A small head rabbi.
I forgot that dude's last name. I was just watching a video a brother did where they were saying that the Ishmaelites and the Amalekites. It was a quote. I gotta look it up, but pretty much saying they created porn because Christ sucks, because they're against Christ. You know what I mean? I gotta find it right now.
The scriptures say, "She that liveth for pleasure is dead while she liveth." You know.
It also says, one of the brothers on working back 25, not to choose a woman according to pleasure. Marvel not the beauty of a woman. Choose her not, desire her not for pleasure. Stumble not at the beauty of a woman. Okay? A lot of Jake fall that way when you go to the first sentence. A lot of Jake fall at the beauty of a woman. And they get ran into the grave. You got the quote?
Yeah, it's from L. Goldstein. It says the only reason that Jews are the only reason that Jews are in pornography is that we think Christ sucks, Catholicism sucks, and we don't believe in authoritarianism. Pornography thus becomes a way of defiling Christian culture.
And you know, going back to the history, right? When you look up the history of the Khazarian Empire, the Khazars, before they converted to Judaism, they were worshiping the phallic symbol. That literally, they were worshiping rods. So they were into, phallic worship.
What do you think that thing is in DC?
The obelisk.
Obelisk, yeah.
They a couple different cities.
Yeah. I think Dallas got an obelisk.
Yeah. So they were always sexually immoral in nature. You could go into their history about it. You know?
They demonized Hitler, but prior to, I want to say, he removed a lot of pornography and shit from Germany during that time. Yeah. All shit that was taken in the country. Yeah, he got rid of it.
Well, I heard it's also banned in Venezuela.
America ain't having that. Y'all ain't free over there.
When they liberated women's liberation, what was the main thing? What was it mainly about besides the voting shit? Being sexually liberated. Sexual liberation. I could do what I want with my body. I could let who into my body I want to let in. And the serpent got in their head to make them feel empowered to be able to use their body the way the fucking serpent would tell you to use it.
Not knowing that goes all the way back to the beginning.
All the way back.
And this man was so diabolical we've been how smart and how wise he is with his studies and science. He knew that it would break the bond of the man and the woman. And now you don't have good mothers because every other nation continues to keep their daughters chaste and continue to marry their men. But ours, it was Jake that had the issue. Judah hit it so hard. The northern tribes, they kind of tried to hold on as much as they can. Now, all the tribes are all effed up, man. When's the last time? Okay, you asked that question. We know that our women really don't marry from virginity. That ain't when they get married. They don't marry from virginity. They go, the mothers are actually passing down information to say, hey, go try out, go sample a few men to find out what you like.
Yeah, because they're whores.
Right.
Some of the mothers are allowing their boyfriends to touch their daughters. That's another way that it happens to them.
That's how they get, how a lot of these women get jacked up in the head.
Yeah.
Because they've been through, their father wasn't there, obviously. And they've been touched by an uncle or, like you said, a boyfriend, your mom's boyfriend.
And the mom don't want to believe it.
Yeah.
She brings it to her attention.
God, and it's just not that the father isn't there, it's that the mother has driven away the father because she refused order. As a matter of fact, Esau is the head.
I got a precept. Sirach 3:9. For the blessing of the father established the house of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations.
That's the biggest thing that a father, the father can really do, establish order, and it's something that really passed down. It's not about the money or riches. It's about the moral code and standard of the family name that he's passing on through his children. That's what he's truly. This word is what we're supposed to be passing on. The wisdom of these scriptures is what we're supposed to be passing on to our children forever and even and forever and ever, right? To our sons and our sons' sons, throughout all generations.
I want to back up. Proverbs 14:1. Every wise woman buildeth her house, but the foolish plucketh it down with her hands.
Yep.
What was that book you read?
Proverbs 14:1.
Yeah, can we take a look?
And she plucked it down with the government.
Yeah.
You know, government assistance, benefits. You know. Yeah, I remember that movie with James Earl Jones. It came out in the 70s.
Yeah. With him and his wife.
What's it called?
They went down-
Claudine.
Claudine.
Yes.
He went to go get the food stamps. The sisters, they wouldn't let him get it, right?
Yeah, she had to kick him out in order for her to keep getting the benefits.
Yeah.
It's a spirit. What's her name? Gladys Knight. Gladys Knight and the Pips. She has a song called Mr. Welfare. But basically, the song is talking about how Esau infiltrated the family of Jake, and how she basically had to fight the system just so she could keep her family structure in order. You know? It's called Mr. Welfare.
And crazy because these other nations, like these Arabs, I'm pretty sure they've looked into the history of what these devils done to us, what they did to our families. So they like, hell no, you're not gonna bring that over here.
They gonna do you like that.
And then they'll break your household up, and now you can't be a strong nation.
I got some statistics on single family mother homes. It says countless studies have shown that single motherhood ruins children's lives. Single mothers cause disproportionately high crime rates, mental health issues, drug abuse, and educational problems. Single fathers do not have such a negative impact. It's the mother that becomes destructive when not supervised by men. It says 43% of prison inmates grow up in single-parent household, 39% with their mother. It says 60% of rapists and 72% of adolescent murderers grew up without their fathers. 80% of preschool children admitted to psychiatric patients came from fatherless homes. Abusive violence against children appears to be
In their right mind.
Abusive violence against children appears to be a function of poverty in mother-only homes.
And notice a lot of child abuse and molestation, it goes on a lot in them foster homes. There's no fathers in them foster homes, it's always the foster mother. Where have you heard of a foster father?
Yeah, right.
Anybody heard of that?
Hell no.
Everybody know about a foster mom, a foster mother. So she's raising a bunch of strangers, young juveniles. She can't run that household.
When there is a foster father, they're usually the ones touching on the kids.
If there is a man in there, he touching on them.
Yeah.
He having his way with him, man.
It says 63% of youth suicides are from fatherless homes. 90% of adolescents, repeat arsonists, live with only their mother. 85% of all children.
We have to break We have to break this cycle with our people. Only this word will be able to do that by putting the family back to where it's supposed to be. Right? And only fear and peril, disaster, danger is going to be able to get the mind obedient enough to hear that message, to make those changes. And that it's God-like peril, danger.
85% of children who show behavior disorders come from fatherless homes. That's from the CDC. 75% of adolescent patients in chemical abuse centers come from fatherless homes. 71% of all high school dropouts come from fatherless homes. 85% of youths in prison grew up in fatherless homes. It says growing up.
And that's why Yahweh Shai said in that parable,
That was
man, you know, that if you bind up the strong man, you can spoil his house. That's exactly what he managed to do. He played us apart. And he pretty much infiltrated.
And when I think the video I just uploaded, these little AI scenarios, but it's just telling that history of what happened from the time of the women's liberation and all of that. It worked on our people because we couldn't get jobs, we couldn't get benefits, we couldn't get different welfare programs the same way. We had to break away. So to get those benefits, to keep our families alive, hey, the man can't be there. I forgot what it's called. No man at home, or I forget what it's called. The men couldn't be there. Yeah. So that was part of what they did to break up our home.
And this was during a time of integration.
Yeah.
All that simultaneously happened.
Yeah. So as women's lib is happening,
yeah.
So as women's lib is happening, the white woman is getting hers, and she don't have to leave the man. Everybody had it, but they would come check the Jake houses to make sure they had to leave the house.
When I was a child, they would come and check our place.
Yeah.
And my aunts.
Better not be a
They
size
would have
12.
to hide all the fucking.
Closet.
Well, they would have to hide all my uncle's property and shit, man.
It's called
The social worker would come and check.
It's called
Yeah.
I was just
It was
like,
called the man in the house.
asking,
Man
like,
in the house.
understand.
yeah, I didn't understand.
Yeah.
You know? But that shit is real. Like, they really did that. Like, you want benefits? Well, you gotta get this fucking guy out of the house.
And it was strategic because we know in the scriptures, you quoted earlier, 1 Corinthians 11, that to get to the Yahweh Shai, to the Most High, the man was that connection to the woman of the choice. So if you remove that man, now there's free reign of Hot Pockets and cereal all out there in their sugar smacks and microwave shit, and they can just program them through the television. And then there's all of that cheap shit that the man wouldn't allow to go on in the house. You gonna have me a home cooked meal every night, and these kids gonna eat, and they gonna do all of this. All that went out the window. And they let TV program your kids.
Raise your kids.
Yep. Between them and the schools.
And when it was all said and done, the Edomite woman still had her husband, still had her family.
Yep.
You know, which you so-called really the Judite women, but all the tribes, y'all families, majority of them were torn apart.
Yep.
You know.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. That's why, like, you know, with all this fatherless, you know, the scripture talk about the fatherless and the widow, you know, not to oppress them. Ultimately, that's why the father of spirits, he's gonna have to, you know, discipline our people. You know, it tells you that in Hebrews, the 12th chapter. If you had a father of the flesh that you feared, but but rather you fear him, the father of spirits, and live. You know, and our people they lost that respect, man, because they don't have that fatherly presence, you know, around.
They need that fatherly God. They need the fatherly correction.
Yeah.
You
That's
know?
why a lot of these young niggas is just wild emotional. They don't respect their elders.
Don't respect no authority.
No authority, none of that. That's what you seeing that with the behavior in some of these Israelite camps. You can tell a lot of these dudes, they didn't have fathers, man. Alazar, he clearly didn't have a father.
So
And there's something void and empty that they're trying to fill.
And they don't know how to channel their emotions. And a lot of times they just lash out and emotional. Look at Alazar, you know, he wants to get emotional and violent when he's wrong or he gets called out. You know, I got shooters or something like that.
You're really not taught the consequences of the world between, you know, the structure of men without that guidance of that father there. You know, the father is the first, you know, stepstone, so to speak, to let you know that, hey, this is serious. The way you're acting will get you killed or put in jail, man. You have to be able to hunker down those emotions and separate them so that you can deal wisely within this world, man.
You can't have all that emotional estrogen energy
No.
with the natural testosterone that's in you. That's a Molotov cocktail.
You can't.
That's a deadly chemical.
That's why you see the dynamic. The father, you know, tends to be harder on his sons than the daughter. You know, even though he's still hard on the daughter, you know, there's a difference. You know, there's a difference of severity. You know, he'll give more leeway into the daughter in terms of he'll laugh at her father a little bit more. You know, versus the son, it's like, hey, these as soon as you turn a certain age, hey, I can't do nothing for you.
Yeah, life ain't gonna be easy to you.
Exactly.
And the only one that can understand that dynamic is a father.
Exactly.
You know,
And it's through experience.
right? Yeah. It's like, man, I know what you're going to go through. I've been through it. I'm trying to prepare you for this world. You know, I'm trying to give you life lessons, give you discipline. Right, kind. Yeah.
At least your family.
Right.
You know what else?
Yeah,
That's that Hebrews 12.
We're gonna end on that.
Hebrews 12 and 9 in the NLT says, since we respected our earthly fathers who disciplined us, shouldn't we submit even more to the discipline of the Father of spirits, of our spirits, and live forever? For our earthly NLT says, for our earthly fathers disciplined us for a few years, doing the best they knew how. But Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai's discipline, is always good for us.
They did it according to their own feelings and their own, you know, standards, versus a wise Godhead understanding of what's going on.
It says, but the Most High's discipline is always good for us, so that we might share in His holiness. That's the point.
Yep. Hey, so with that, we're gonna give all honor, all praise, and glory to
Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai, Hashem Kakwadash.
the elder apostles and bishops for the great millstone. I rule well. Peace, blessings, and citation to the elect. We're gonna say shalom.
Shalom.
Wow.